and Gordon Ramsay.
After puppy talk and Gordon Ramsay talk, we now go into D&D talk. Because we play Dungeons and Dragons!
Yeah.
Our band of adventurers, the God's Headache, have made their way to Ulmandow, the birthplace of Nemesis, seeking to find more splinter groups of the Wardens of the Worldfire, an old military group turned cult that Trofnar used to belong to. After leaving the city of Groffield, you began your 10-day journey towards the city. Along the way, you were set upon by a bunch of orcs riding very large orc creatures. I mean, ox creatures even. Through a rather intense and damaging battle, resulting in 2 of your mounts unfortunately falling and your cart getting some pretty bad damage done to it, you attempted to interrogate the orcs. The ringleader was stubborn until the end, refusing to give any bit of information. His second in command, less so. Unfortunately, he wasn't the brightest tool in the shed. And thus the information you got was unfortunately minimal. After arriving in the city of Ulmandow, you decided to make your way to the Fallow family manor, where you were met by 2 of the main guard, Vincent and Gemma, and then later on, you were met by Norian Fallow, Nemesis' older brother. After a brief bit of introduction, you went to head to the dining hall for a meal and to continue on your discussions. So, that is where we left off. So, God's Headache. As you sit down at the table, you can see a few of the servants, including Zessa, the head maid, bring several platters of beautifully cooked food. The smell itself is mouth-watering for most of you. There's various drinks that I pass by. Surprisingly, without even asking Trofnar, they do hand you a mug of Dwarven mead.
Nice.
No hospitality.
Good stuff, yeah. That's pretty cool.
And as you all begin to tuck into your meal, Norium speaks up. Well, I suppose I've been introduced to a few of you now. How about the rest of you? I know we kind of rushed through here, but, nothing more like a hot meal and everything.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I shall just look to him. Delsin Cross of Yaram. I am an alchemist and a traveling bard.
That's a Nausean place, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
We haven't had many guests from Narza before. If I had known, then maybe we would have had meals more suited to your cuisine. But I hope that Johanian cuisine is to your liking.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine actually. In fact, I quite like these Nazian meals as well.
Well, I'm glad.
Well, the Johanian meals. Ain't bad.
On the continent.
Yep. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it felt like Delsin too. So
Wait.
it's okay.
No.
Delsin channeling his inner Dom.
To be fair, this is probably the best meal he's had in his life.
What about the rest of you? I don't believe I got a hold of your names. I know I got yours, Fortune. Obviously, I don't need to be introduced to my sister.
Sure.
That's...
Okay, never mind.
Yes, I'm quite sure. We've known each other since we were born.
Let's see. I'm sure that you've already heard about Trothnarm from the staff.
I've heard
Honestly,
things. Let's put it that way.
And like it might be people like look over the Trothnarm, and I'm basically like shoveling this meal into my mouth and like licking the plate and just like no manners at all. You can see that like I am like ecstatic because like how good the food is. Like,
yeah, no, the food is fantastic. Like you've had some good meals when you were in the Wardens. This is like,
they fed us well in the Wardens. Okay.
Yeah, this is beyond like the food you normally get with the Wardens. This is like you realize the kind of food. This is the kind of food that Nemesis was brought up on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so big.
and so literally so basically through like a mouthful of like, you know, dauphinoise potatoes or whatever we're eating, you just about hear Trothnarm say, aye, Trothnarm from over in Underook.
I believe we've had some delegates from Underook recently. Trade deals though, and apologies, but I don't assume you're more of the trading type.
Not really. You know, just sort of take what I need kind of thing, you know.
Right, so you wouldn't know anything about these traders. Okay, that's fair enough.
I mean, unless they're the powder blasters or whatever they're called, I'm not sure I know much, I'm afraid. It's been a while since I've been back at the old hometown, you know.
Trust me, he does not know anything.
I mean, it wasn't any...
Hey, I know some things.
Yeah, he knows a lot about stones.
Exactly.
and beer.
Nemesis just kind of stares at her food for a second.
Don't forget, he knows a lot about arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gratian. Yes, Gratian. He's
yes.
Nice and quiet. I mean, he's kind of dirty, but he's quiet.
Finger guns.
We met him in a sewer.
Just comes out of the shadows and finger guns.
I'm sorry, you met him in a sewer.
I was kind of hoping to see when he started talking.
Sam just like covers her face.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
He's a good kid if you don't mind the smell. And I mean, it's not the weirdest place.
Some of our more charitable cases.
We're making sure that he regularly bathes nowadays.
Well, the fellow manor does have some facilities for that. Probably better than a common inn. So you're certainly free to use them.
Oh, bath salts, perfumes. It'll be so nice.
I would love if you just left it at bath salts, and then literally after this is done, she goes and gets a spoon and a lighter.
Oh my god, no.
Just gets high.
What's a bath salt?
Oh, you've never had it.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, you know salts for the food, right? What the fuck would you like? What are you trying to do? Like pickle yourself? What the fuck is that?
You should give it a try. Nemesis, you would probably be better at suggesting good bath salts. Nemesis can probably show you preferable bath salts. Give it a try at the very least, I would say.
Maybe. I only really think of like,
so
various like flowers and herbs that like maybe.
I've got a face of just utter trepidation, just like what the fuck.
Let's see. Oh, and then there's Raya. She's our resident boxer, I guess. She likes to hit things.
I can kind of tell from the way she's built.
She doesn't really talk much, but she's very frightening in battle.
I mean, it's quite terrifying seeing a talkative centaur charging through.
And just to say, quick warning to your kitchen staff, she's got a strict 4-drink limit, okay?
You just see Norium just like look over. Rai's already on like her 5th bottle.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then there's that one. She's not important.
Wait.
Yeah,
Are you looking at?
She like points over to Alicia. I can't remember names. Help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peach just got used to
Floriana.
Floriana, and now it's like
Yeah.
Peach is dead.
Something.
Listen.
If something happened, I wouldn't concern it about it. I'm from the area around Goldfield, and I'm and I'm an herbalist and a gardener, like flowers, and I kind of know how to run a shop, but I haven't had a chance to in a while.
Oh, that's a shame. Unfortunately, Ulmandow's not really famed for its flowers. You'd be looking more like Exeter, which I believe, Nemesis, you've told me you've been there a little bit.
Nemesis has like this look on her face. You know how like you're in an argument like with your family members and they go and like are friendly to someone that you. Nemesis just got that look on her face like, what are you doing? You're on my side. Like, don't be nice to her. Don't help her.
Yes, we have been to Exeter. In fact, we're having a place built there.
So I've heard. Yes.
We're officially landed gentry.
Oh, and the tall one over there, the Goliath. I didn't quite get your name, I don't believe.
I think we did introduce ourselves.
I don't remember. We
had
were
a
kind of
couple-
rushing at the end.
Yeah, because
Barely,
we
yeah.
it was Valith Thulave. I'm from Platinum Hold.
Valley from Platinum Hold. Oh, I did introduce it. Just clicked in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a long day, Valley. I've had a
perfectly
lot to
alright.
deal with, and obviously, remembering all of my sister's friends, it's a bit difficult. So there's probably a lot to catch up on. Would you rather I catch you up on what's been going on, or I'm quite interested on your stories?
Well, we wouldn't want to keep you. You look quite tired.
I'm fine, sister. Don't worry.
She just like has this little
I
look
think
on her
I lean
face.
in. I'm like, I think I know this is your brother, but I think he's just looks tired like I look tired.
I don't think anyone can look
I've
tired.
lived
look
with
tired.
him for 23 years. I think I know what he looks like.
I don't think anyone can look tired like you look tired.
There's also sibling intuition you have to
Sibling-
account for.
Twin sense.
I will admit I am a little fatigued, but it is mostly just because of the work I've been doing.
See, he always does this ever since we were little. He sits up all night and books, and then he goes over the next day and does whatever work he has, quote unquote, projects that he gives himself, all locked up in his room.
Ooh.
And so he says that he's fine, but really he's probably running on an hour of.
It's more 4 hours currently. And
4 hours.
most of this fatigue is actually because of the plane hunting job I just did. I'm not quite as physically active as yourself, so this is a bit of a new experience for me.
You're a fucking plane hunter
See,
with those really like
shakes her
arms.
head.
Well, I'm not
Delsin
one
is-
for swinging a sword, but I am quite knowledgeable in the arcane arts.
Delsin just looks over to Trosnar while just casually sips soup.
Casually sips soup in Twink.
Great.
Twink that launched him.
Yeah.
So Trosnar's the new Twink.
Fine, I suppose you can listen to us talk for another hour.
Is the soup spoon being
Of course,
held by
what's
like
another
Bigby's
hour?
magic hand?
No, it's being
Well-
held by his actual hand.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, you two.
Hmm.
Anyways, I guess I should tell you why we're here first and foremost.
Yes, I I was expecting you to come back when I mentioned that I was in Ulmandow. Oh, speaking of come back, before we start anything, I just need to get this out of the way because I have been pestered constantly to do so. And he just turns just to face you directly, Nemesis. Dearest sister, Mother wishes you to return to Jurhan. Do you wish to return to Jurhan?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, Mother asked me to try and convince you to come back, and, well, I'm sure you've all heard, she just said no. And obviously, as you mentioned there, Trofnar, I don't exactly have the build to force her back, so I guess I'll have to accept. Oh, Mother is going to be very, very upset. Oh, but she's too busy. But she's so busy in Jurhan right now. It'd be rude for me to tell her in advance. You know, I think I'll wait until she comes back. Or maybe I'll be gone by then, though. I'll leave her a note. I'll leave her a note at one point. Right, now that business is out the way.
Don't be ashamed of that.
Oh, no, I am aware of failure, and, you know, this is a failure I will take gladly. I did literally everything I could within my power to bring you back, and it has been for naught. Now, with dear Mother's wishes now sorted, by all means, I am curious.
Well, I suppose it's my fault we're all here, eating your food and you know, making your maid staff go white hairs. I'm trying to find some old friends of mine. Old dwarf religious types mainly. Ran some folks down in Growthfield. Said they might be around here somewhere.
I mean, obviously with our proximity to Mithril and Underrook, we do get quite a few dwarven representatives. Do they have a name? Are they under a company, or...
What was the name of the guy, the new leader of the thingies? Hold on, let me get my notes up. Sorry, can't remember them. Sorry.
It's fine.
I don't have my laptop on me right now.
Vesper Flameseeker. That's what we have in the campaign notes.
That was it.
Yeah.
Any connection with Clan Flameseeker?
Flameseeker.
I think any bells or
Flameseeker. Just gonna roll here. The name doesn't ring a bell. Are they part of a group of some sort? Like, smithery or miners or artisan troop?
Sadly, no. I'm trying to think. Can I roll insight to see if Nori's trustworthy?
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Also, now is the time.
My brother.
I don't know him.
He's suspicious. I'm fine with it.
Literally, it took me like 6 months to get to constant traveling with you guys to admit that, hey, I'm in a murderous cult and I'm planning to kill all of them. I'm not exactly in the mood to go to tell a guy I just met, hey guy, do you know this murderous cult's in town? You know.
Yeah, give just fancy Nate.
Fucking. Nobody should trust him. How dare you?
But
yeah, go ahead and roll your insight.
Sorry, I just realised that I'm not actually logged into Roll20.
What is with this Garo shit? This is their actual skin tone.
Shakes has been in Roll20 for like a solid 3 weeks now, I'm pretty sure. Because
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time you go into Roll20, we get to look at fat Radcliffe. Yeah.
Hello, I am Daniel Fatcliffe. I just wish I could have gotten the Fallout 4 voice thing. Hello, I am Daniel Fatcliffe.
What's the voice? Let's see, Gary, you mate. Oh, come on. Roll 20, be nice to me. There you go. Roll in Sigurd.
Mother, love me.
Mother,
The light is
feed
by
me
me right
food.
now.
I love Nori and Paige, or Nori and Nemesis.
Yeah,
It's just so
it's great.
good. It's like they make me happy.
14. He seems trustworthy enough.
It's trustworthy.
They're an old dwarven religious order who got taken over by a bunch of fucking nutjobs. Started killing people. Go by the name Wardens of the Worldfire, if that jogs your memory.
It does, actually. Originated from Underrook, I believe, was founded by the Glowhammers. Were one of the biggest religious groups there until I think it was about 100 years ago, where they essentially collapsed after atrocities found in Platinum Hold.
Yep, sounds about right.
Right. And your...
Except they didn't collapse, lad. They just went underground.
Really?
Aye, anyway.
And you believe them to be here?
Aye. I met a fellow compatriot I met back in Grufffield. I trust him with my life, and he said that one of their last strongholds was here. So.
It is true that in the past the Wardens did have a establishment here. Understand that our great-grandfather was a very religious man, and while he supported Tyr, he did acknowledge Morian's part in the building of Karmora. So he often gave dwarves their own place of worship. However... that ended when Mother came into power.
I'm guessing she wasn't the greatest fan of the world builder then.
Let's just say that if you aren't a follower of Tyr, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a place of worship here.
Your mother just keeps sounding better and better every time we hear something about her.
Indeed.
To be honest, I don't even think she's that religious. She just had me, and all of a... Well, I guess this is what's happening now. Better increase my power.
I suppose. It's a good excuse to suddenly get a zealous streak when you give birth to a fucking god.
Given
Yes.
that sister was born through, shall we say, odd circumstances, born out of wedlock, if you can believe it, same as me.
She just gets this big scowl on her face. Like, that's not something you should be talking to people.
I don't think these lot care, and besides, all the nobles know anyway.
Indeed, no one here cares.
Openly admit it.
I just thought, these lot don't look like they care much about the noble standing.
I thought that Nemesis was a bit of a bastard before I knew that, so sorry.
Trothnar. That's not a thing we should be joking about.
Well, there's also the question of the fact that even though I was born, I was not blessed by the gods like Sister was, which did have some initial questions of how that came about, but Mother very quickly quashed that. No, but in all seriousness, because of Sister's upbringing and the fact that she was born as she was, Mother did make use of that to increase her hold on the religious group, shall we say.
Fantastic.
So you never got any recent cases of Burnings, arson, spontaneous combustion, anything like that?
See, that's the difficult thing, my friend. We haven't heard anything on this side of the Gilded Circle. Which, I'm not sure if you're aware. The Gilded Circle, it is a nickname for the second layer of walls that separates the residential areas from the more upstanding and merchant side of the city.
Aye.
It's a wall to keep me and Nori in and other people out.
More yourself than me. As you can see, Father let me leave Johan to, basically travel a bit.
I'm surprised that they even allowed that, considering what I just did.
So basically, it's a wall to keep the poor folk out.
You could say that, yes. I mean, as I say, I don't know of any burnings that have happened on this side of the Gilded Circle, but there could be another option. Besides the constant rejection of her whims by sister and myself, and the other noble families, there's one other group that Mother despises the most, and that is the common and the poor. I would not be surprised if these burnings have been happening, but only to the downtrodden. Anything this side of the Gilded Circle would be reported, and I know for a fact that any criminal underworld would be suicidal to try and bring a foothold on this side. But the poor, she couldn't care less.
And I doubt that they'd answer to Othello, huh?
Well, they wouldn't if you dressed like you currently are.
What's wrong with my attire? I thought that this was very appropriate.
It is appropriate for being in the fallow manor, but if you were to converse with the common folk in that attire, all it would do is... Let's just say I have to go over guard if I dress formally, because oftentimes I get things thrown at me.
And you wonder why I can't carry around multiple sets of clothing.
When Nori says that, people hear Trothnov stifling a laugh. And the idea, Nori getting pelted with garbage.
I would fear for the life of somebody who threw something at Nemesis, to be frank.
Well, either way...
I think the glance would just stop that hand, wouldn't they?
That is possible, Trotnar.
If you... No, you first, sister.
Persuade my people any more than they already are.
If you do wish to go and ask the common folk, I would suggest you do so a bit discreetly. Vincent might know, given he's local around here.
All right, I'll take your advice.
Now you have said your stories. I shall tell mine, although I do apologize, this will be mostly information for Nemesis, as it does involve the situation in Johan, and the overall war effort.
Alright.
I wave down one of the maids and ask for seconds.
Right, and they prepare some more food for you. So, I'm aware you've been on your travel, but I'm sure you're very aware that we are at war right now.
I actually went down to the grasp. So I'm very, very aware.
You went down to a destroyed fortress, the focal point of which the hordes are going to be going through.
Yes.
We all did.
Well, we didn't enter inside of it, clearly. But we were around there, yes.
He just kind of looks at you all a bit dumbfounded.
And apparently they made friends with one of them that made their way through.
We were in...
Mary is a
the
special
reason
case,
why we
though.
go to the grass was to inspect the rumors of the ghosts of the grass. That's why we went all the way at close.
And there definitely were ghosts there.
Oh my god, is it Alicia? It's Alicia. Oh my god.
I'm actually
Yeah.
asking because wouldn't that the reason why we actually went that close was to talk about?
Yeah, but we aren't supposed to be talking about them because it's supposed to be.
We're supposed to
We're supposed to like keep the rumors
keep
of it alive.
the ruse up and make them
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people believe there was spooky ghosts protecting the land.
Yeah.
But yes,
Hence why Delsin just decided to go and cover for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Delsin's like,
Start
I got this.
Definitely war spirits there. Something
It's
that
like
we
pull-
think a lot of. To
Pulled
be
out a loot
honest.
and started playing spooky scary skeleton.
So I've heard, though, given the reports from the front lines, it appears that even the ghosts may have abandoned us. Ulmandow is currently under siege. They don't have the Soul River blocked off, however, it's doubtful that it will survive in more than a few months. Conflict has happened near Del Cross, though given its position, it is likely that several of the Gilmesh hordes may have already skirted around the sides. Currently, we are definitely losing ground in this. I would say a good majority of the southern area is lost to us or have raiding parties pouring through. It's gotten so bad that they are debating on activating a prototype battle airship. Bigger than any vessel that has ever sailed through the sea nor the skies in order to combat it, but it is still in its testing phase, to give you an idea of how bad the situation is.
Oh, yeah.
However, there has recently been reinforcements sent to Delcross and Ulmandow. They had departed from Groffield and from Exeter about 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. I imagine they are now setting up forward bases in order to try and stem the area. I imagine most of them would be either stationed near Delcross or near Lesdor.
All right. And how are the people in Jurhan handling this? You know, the higher ups, are they still bickering amongst themselves?
They always bicker. It is unfortunately the way this government is run. However, they're bickering for another reason, which is where I was coming up to. As some of you may be aware, the High King had passed away a few months back. Many of the leaders of the noble family were summoned to discuss how to go about crowning the new king or queen of Jurhan. Around that time is when the war broke out, so an agreement was made where one of the more powerful families would gain the seats they would normally do. However, the king or queen title would stay with the current ruling family. That was fine until a few weeks ago. You see, our government works through favors and political heft. If somebody does something for one family, then they can use that to gain more power elsewhere. And word reached us a few weeks ago of one of the noble heirs, Tiana Rona, had been abducted and then subsequently saved. And unfortunately, it was declared that one of the saviors was, and just looks directly at you, Nemesis, was Nemesis Fallow of the Fallow family. Needless to say, Mother has taken advantage of this and has used that heft to increase her power on the council even more. That's the exact reason why she's there. It could be potentially that she may have a majority in the council. After that, who knows?
So, your mother's taking advantage of her children's accomplishments to further
She's
herself.
always been doing that.
I was going to say, Nemesis never told you.
She has, but this...
I mean, based on whatever we told, it sounds about right. She didn't tell us.
If my family or friends were to have heard something like this, it would be as if that person, her mother, would have had a death wish.
Things aren't the same in noble circles. I didn't do that for recognition. I didn't even want them to tell anyone.
Oh, they
Just get
didn't.
out.
I think you're forgetting that espionage is a thing that exists, sister.
I didn't notice anyone following me.
I don't think it was so much as follow. I think it might be just like how we most certainly have people who work for us who tell our secrets to the various nobles. So too do we. Now, you don't need to worry about the ones that we've got here. I know I can trust them. It's those that are in the castle that you'll probably have to be a bit more cautious around.
Just to check. So are we in like the grand dining room in the palace?
You're not in the castle, you're in the manor.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mean in the manor.
There's a
sorry.
difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or like their home as opposed to the home of the
Yeah.
government or whatever.
So we're kind of in.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Look, we're common people. We don't.
So just to check.
You don't get to dine in the.
Is there anyone else in the room apart from us and Nori?
Gemma is there, and obviously the various maids and such. Gemma's just standing literally like near the door, just standing guard.
And Lorian said that you could trust everyone at least in the manor. I think is what he meant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a case of these have been with us for years, and so far nothing from these four walls has been spoken out of unless someone's gotten drunk and spoken out on it.
So, I'm starting to feel like the people in the castle that you mentioned, and the people that were sent to kill us,
Excuse
might
me?
be linked now.
I don't believe you
think they
mentioned
were
this
sent
one.
to kill us.
Yeah, that's why
Delsin.
our cart was all wrecked.
Well,
I get them on the sense they were to capture us.
It was there.
They weren't here to kill or capture, and they were there to kidnap me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, capture just you and.
Aye, kill us, capture her.
Yeah, simple solution: kill us because.
We're self-fulfilling requirements, mate.
Which, given what we have
Someone,
been
quote
told,
unquote, has a hit of sorts on me. I'm sure that, it doesn't take a genius to figure out why that would be.
If I had to hazard a guess, it probably would be Mother. After Quan's failure, she talked about getting you back by whatever means necessary.
The more I hear about this, the more that I just think maybe I should go back and, I don't know, cut off the head of the Hydra.
That would be an extraordinarily bad thing, especially if what I think has happened, and Mother has a majority in the council. It would cause a complete political turmoil, and in times of war, we cannot afford that.
It's my name, though. I'm tired of this.
I'd do it.
I'm sure you
I
would.
understand that it's not a good idea, but what else am I supposed to do? She's taking advantage of my accomplishments, my independence.
What other things have you accomplished? Just humor me on that one, outside of saving Tiana.
Well, there was in Platinum Hold, where Quan was. He was kind enough to not take me in, but while we were there, did he tell you about the civilization of sorts?
No, Quan never said anything at all. Even when he was questioned by Mother for a full day, he never spoke of where he saw you.
In Platinum Hold, there were odd occurrences, dangerous occurrences happening, and while I don't want to get too into it because of how horrifying it was, we found a certain race that I'm sure that you've heard about.
Wait, those, I believe we have nicknamed them Simek Hybrids. They're like humanoid, but they have like bestial parts on them, yes?
Aye, the folk.
That something apparently from long ago they did.
And you say you're the ones that found them?
Aye.
Yes.
We brought them out of some sort of stasis.
They were designed by scientists thousands and thousands of years ago for some age-long forgotten war.
During the time of the dark.
Aye.
You see his eyes just like widen even more.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you can imagine that if word came out that you yourself had done that, sister, Mother would be queen right now. I think you're fine doing what you normally do, so long as you don't... As much as it might be because there are some good noble families around, if you try and keep yourself out of the nobles' dealings, I don't think Mother can take advantage of that.
I'm just
out of curiosity.
that I'm right.
You know, humor me then. What do you think would happen if Mother Dearest became queen?
Oh God.
I've thought of that for a very long time, and honestly, I don't know. But I can't imagine it would be good.
Like this. It would be like our home. It would be this separation, the walls, everything, how she just rides on others' accomplishments.
Certainly wouldn't be good.
No.
Frankly, I think if she became queen, she'd override the democracy that we have and try to make the Thalos royals forever.
She would be hard-pressed on that one. That's one of the advantages why we have so many other noble families, especially two which are very skilled in military.
Excuse me, but can I get a pipe and some pipe weed?
Oh, yes, Zessa. And Zessa speaks. Yes? Use some of the pipeweed stocks, will you? All right. And so a couple of minutes later, she comes back with a small pipe and some pipeweed and such.
Just light it and take a big puff.
Now, with these people that are after you, tell me, what do you know about the ones that were after you? Like, what were they? Who were they?
They were orcs, a band of them. Obviously, they weren't the most intelligent.
Aye. Well, like mercenaries or hired guilds.
Crude.
That fits in with the two that I've heard about.
She must be getting desperate then.
Well, I think it's more of a case of she can't go through official channels anymore. She's already tried the paladins, and they are now significantly weaker because of it. And thus she can't call upon their strength again, especially now that Quan is no longer the Grand Paladin. So I assume that she's going to be going for sell swords or whoever she can give money to. I know of at least
There's a lot of it
5
to throw at
groups.
people.
Yes, I know of at least 5 groups. 2 of which I have no information of. 1 ran off with the money. I'm almost certain they're being hunted down right now. 1, if we had to hazard a guess, is the ones you have dealt with. And the final group that I know of is currently rotting in the castle dungeon, awaiting execution for attacking a member of the fallow noble and his guard.
Ooh, right.
So, attack the wrong fellow? Huh?
In a manner of speaking.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
You just see a
Oh,
small
They
smile.
attack.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
You see Norian just slowly look at you for bigger, and the smile just gets a bit longer.
Can I smile to him?
Everybody has a
Wait.
hearty chuckle.
Wait,
Sure, I can tip my hat too.
you?
For the record, it was Gemma's idea, and I was in full agreement of it.
You could have been hurt.
Oh, I took a few knocks, Vincent did as well, so did Gemma, but the plan works. We got rid of one group. It was surprisingly easy. You would not believe how close of a body double Gemma can be at a distance.
Thank you.
Sister, you know I would do that even if you hadn't have asked. In fact, you didn't ask, and I still did it.
You sound rather proud of it.
I'm not going to lie, it was an interesting and rather exhilarating experience, actually. You read all these stories about glorious battles and such, and, you know, on the precipice of death, but you never actually experience it. It's different entirely.
So you're finally getting your nose out of those books.
Oh, I still take my books with me.
Of course you do.
But that was many weeks ago. I have questioned them before. The only thing they've been able to tell me, even admittedly, when the Regent decided to order them tortured, was they were paid to do it. And they
I'm
were,
guessing not by here.
and they were constantly apologizing that they would dare attack one of the fellows. Not like that matters. Their crime is done. Their punishment is set. As for who paid them, they would not say.
I
Is it
possibly.
possible that you could use some sort of magic in order to get it out of them?
Say that again, you went robo.
Is it possible that you could use some sort of magic to get it out of?
We tried that. They are rather strong-willed. Not going to exaggerate on that one.
It's also just possibly don't know.
That too. The only thing that they said, that they all said was consistent, is that the individual was hooded and came to them at the night.
Right.
Oh my god, Nemesis pissed off Batman.
Like, oh, come on.
I don't know who this Batman is, but he sounds terrifying.
He's
I mean, does he? I mean, would they walk around?
Ways.
I'm sorry, what was that, Delsin?
He's known to help out others, especially those in need, but in rather brutal and unconventional ways.
I'd imagine he'd have a rather intimidating voice as well. Something like, "Where are the other runestones going?" Or something like that.
I have never heard him speak.
Nemesis just
I'm mad
shaking
too.
her head. Fucking.
Oh my god, my brother's a comic book nerd.
He would be. Oh my god.
Indeed.
Either way, back onto the topic of these wardens.
Mm.
I assume that you're thinking what others might be, and that Could our mother be involved in this some way?
Of course, I mean, from what you told me about her, she's just had more compasses non-existent, and maybe she's using them as some sort of leverage or putting them towards people she wants to get rid of, you know.
My mother would use her as target practice.
Collaborator?
With respect, Trufnar, even though Mother has been around a few years, I highly doubt that she would be involved. I wouldn't put it past her, but if what you say is true, then I would assume she would have still been but a child around the time that they would have started doing what there is. Less so, she might not have even been born.
Aye.
You don't think there's a chance that our family previously assisted them and then it just went on from there?
I suppose your mom's got to learn her bitchiness from someone.
If anyone would have done it, it would have been our great-grandfather. Our great-great-grandfather was perfectly fine with them. However, I don't know, it's difficult. Shortly after Mother came into power, and she got full control of Ulmandow, she ordered every single Dwarven Temple razed to the ground. In its place were a lot of ones dedicated to Tyr, so I imagine if there are any of these Wardens that were involved, then they either are in hiding somewhere within or around the city.
Aye. I suppose,
Do you think there might be some sort of record of them in the manor?
I will have a look and see. What I might suggest you all do, since, no offense, most of you don't look very keen on putting your noses in some books, is maybe asking the local populace.
Yes, that does seem quite nice.
I'm guessing you're not going to help with that. I'm guessing you're thinking if you try to do that, you'll get spat in the face.
I am much better with my head in a book. So I will study the records. If you need some local advice, as I said, Vincent might be able to help you. He's been here since he was a child, so he might know a bit more about it, and he grew up around that area. The residential area, I mean.
Right.
I suppose the more bookish ones could maybe stay here tomorrow and help Nori look, and Trosnar and I, and oh god, you guys are useless. But anyone else who wants to come into the city can. I'm sure that Vincent will assist us.
I can help him out after my, or maybe even, after my little firearm training, which I remember I need to inform.
A single take comes to Trofimov.
Vincent,
Yeah.
or
our party is not very bookish. I was thinking. I think
to be fair, I think Valeth and Delsin are like the most bookish, and I guess Gloriana.
I do carry books, though, to be completely honest, I'm not actually the best reader.
I can't read.
I see.
Right.
I see.
I'm quite well versed in many languages, so
Same.
I'm only in Dwarvish. I'm not great in I'm not the best at reading common, you know.
Most charismatic bookish people.
So, as an avid reader,
I believe, Delsin, you would be the best at helping Nori.
of course, but still, would it be Baron Noria?
Baron Norium, Lord Norium, or just Norium. Your friends are my sister, so I don't worry too much about the titles.
So, just out of curiosity, I'm guessing you're ruling the city in your mum's stead.
No. Mother would never entrust this city to me. If anything, if our roles were reversed and I was coming to you and Nemesis was sitting here, I assume she would be looking after the city. But no, we've got a regent.
But yes,
Sure.
considering that you are a fan of reading, I think I have something that you would also be interested in reading too.
Pray tell.
I take out the scroll of Pulse Wave. This is a scroll that has on it
Well, you want to teach.
a new type of magic school that I'm pretty sure you've heard of.
Dunamancy, yes. We've actually had various reading material for it for a while.
I'm sure that he's collected all of the books that he can.
Oh, without a doubt. I was half tempted to fly right to the academy and ask them.
Well, of course you
I
were.
know. I know, right? It's so interesting to look at, isn't it?
Yeah, and the creator dude, he's very strange.
Yes, I've heard of this Zigzit, the creator.
I like
of
him.
The theory of Zigzit, I believe his name was. Yes.
Sounds right, I think.
Alright.
That's where
I think I only
got
know
the
my
scroll
books that
from.
don't like advertise with the name.
Yes, I've heard a bit of Zigzit. I know that he. I know that part of the discovery of Void Plague was due in part to initial investigations with him and what was that other wizard?
I believe.
He rolled
Kimbini.
shit.
Kimbini, geez.
Kimbini, yes, that was the one.
Untitled
Yes,
Marbles.
yes, Kimbini, the Archmage of Exeter. Yes.
That explains so much.
I thought you were doing the-
Yes, he is quite an eccentric fellow.
I haven't met him myself. I do know that he has been attending a few of the council members as one of the Exeter Council, but unfortunately, I've not met him in person.
It's probably for the best.
He's very...
No, I would love to learn from someone as academically and arcane focused as he.
He certainly has a beautiful mind to glean new and wonderful things from.
Well, I guess we won't.
I just did another
Honestly,
long
Sister, are they pulling a joke on me here?
knowing you, I think you two would be great friends.
Yes, I quite liked him.
I think it's half a joke.
I
half
think you would
serious.
too, Norium.
Well, I'll have to
Basically-
arrange a trip to Exeter at one point. Maybe sometime after your business here is done.
Crap.
What's your tolerance on mad old fools?
On what?
Mad old-
Fucking crazed mad old men.
Sister, are they pulling my leg here? Please don't tell me that Kimbini is some crazy old man.
Well, that's precisely what he is, actually.
I mean, he's great. He knows basically all there is to know about magic bollocks, but like, it takes some translating, you know.
I'm still surprised he has a family.
I was not aware of this.
His granddaughter is
Honestly,
in
yes.
Rawfield.
Hey, Miss Gandor.
Well, that's
She runs the Tinkerer's Workshop, right?
Yeah, Tinkerers. Jeez.
Tinker or something. If it's not.
well, that's an interesting turn of events. I wasn't aware that the great Kimbini is not only crazy but has a family.
I was surprised to have
He's
Yeah,
a lot.
granddaughter.
It's kind of overwhelming.
I may need to
Yeah.
pen in that journey to Exeter a bit sooner then.
I mean, to be fair, the greatest shock I've got is the fact that he's the great Kimberly.
Well, I mean no offense when I say this, Shofnar, but you don't appear to be very skilled in the arcane arts. He's quite well known among the arcane circles. At least in Jurhan.
He's quite well known with big fucking nerds.
I heard that, dear
Yeah.
sister.
I mean, you know who he
I
was
had-
if you were a
Heard
fucking
what?
Poindexter.
Oh, how I've missed these. I've missed sibling bickering.
Oh, you have siblings as well?
Yes, I have an older sister, though I've not seen her for a long time.
It's like our roles are reversed here, sister. Well, I
To be
do...
fair, I'm not sure they have the same sort of relationship as.
Really?
Mhm.
I see Delsin as... I assume that's the entire reason you came to Jurhan to begin with, to find her.
He would be correct in that.
Norm just looks to you, Nemesis, and just slight smile again. Are you sure about that, sister?
Nemesis like red in the face. Just shut up. She like throws a napkin at him.
He takes 5 bludgeoning damage.
He rolled a natural one, so he doesn't grab it. He like tries to grab it, it just flies through and just hits him like in his face. Like,
I feel like this is the start of another beautiful friendship.
we've been siblings for about 23 years. Or, well, I guess less since...
Talking about you and himself.
Oh, right.
That's nice.
Oh, Delsin. Oh, that's genuinely very sad.
It is, as he just puffs on the pipe.
But yes, I would literally do anything. In fact, if you had came to me, and just to give you an idea of how it's important that you keep her safe, if any of you had came to me and told me that she had been kidnapped, I would ensure that none of you would eat, sleep, or drink until you either found her or collapsed dead from exhaustion.
That would be fair enough. At least in my opinion, it would be very fair.
Anyway, I believe it's getting late, and I believe we all have work to do. So, I shall retire for the evening, and I bid you all a good night. I will, Gemma, can you let Vincent know? And Gemma just gives a nod. I'm sure that Vincent will find you, probably around the time of breakfast, in regards to what you're going to be doing. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you all. It was a pleasure to see you again, sister. But I must bid you good night.
Nemesis like gets up and gives him a hug.
Oh.
Okay, you're not crushing me this time? Good. He just sort of pats you on your back.
Actually, go and get some sleep, alright?
I will. Don't worry, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I can't very well talk with your compatriots about finding these wardens if I'm half asleep now, can I?
I don't know, you do a lot of things half asleep.
Oh.
I should really stop trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It's clearly not working.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like I've known you all my life.
Yes. Remarkable, isn't it? But in all seriousness, I wish you all adieu. He just
Good
gives a
night.
little bow and walks out.
Well, that went better than expected.
Indeed, it did.
Your brother is very a good man.
Things starting to make
Nemesis
sense.
looks over at Alicia. You do anything to mess with him, and I will have you executed.
Do you have the power to do that here?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I imagine it would be self.
And also, I think
She would be the executioner, and I'm not sure it would go through any particular
I
legal.
didn't think of that, but that's, yeah.
It would simply be Nemesis' sword.
Mhm.
Or
What
hammer.
sword? It's a hammer.
Well, you
Yeah, I
know,
was gonna say. Yeah.
that makes it
Or
even
even-
worse, by the
Yeah.
way, because that just
Yeah.
means like hammer smash
Yeah.
neck. Ooh. Anyways.
Or like,
You know,
or like
from how you were
execution.
speaking about the little you've ever mentioned about your brother, he seems like a good person.
Aye.
I'm glad to say that was vastly underrating him.
I did tell you that he's the best.
And now, I would agree if it wasn't for my own sister.
I think you are very lucky to have a brother such as him.
She very much is.
Also, just so you know, I take a big fucking risk telling him about why I'm here. If he fucking betrays us, I will kill you myself.
He won't.
Can you fucking
Nemesis
promise
just
that?
has like this big scowl. Yes, I can. He's my brother. He's kept me a secret. I'm sure he can handle you.
Aye, whatever you say, princess. Yes, if I get strangled in my bed tonight, I'm blaming you.
Well, good luck sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is
yeah.
entirely
Oh
out of
my
character. I'm
God.
afraid one of the help is going to die tonight
Oh my God.
because of actions put into play.
Or,
Anyways,
just like smash cut to Trotna, like belly down, floating in a lake.
Anyone else want a puff of pipe weed?
Nah, it's not my thing, lad.
I don't
Gross.
suppose that.
Why
Sure,
don't
Delsin.
I show you where the bath salts are?
that's
For
a
fuck's
funny.
sake.
Sorry.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Finally, it's time to figure out what these are and what they do.
Basil, I thought you were more of a crack cocaine lad.
What's cocaine?
What is that?
Like, I like it.
It's what the criminal law called kern root.
Oh.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, that is not canon.
I forgot.
That is
I
not
forgot
canon.
we almost
Okay,
became drug
yeah.
mules at one point, right? I
We
forgot.
did, yeah.
Or in Naza, we have something called passion dust.
Actually good.
Nemesis just
We don't
shakes
speak
her
about-
head and goes.
We don't talk about it. It's time to finally learn what a bath salt is.
I need to. This goblet's awfully dry. I'm gonna pop into the kitchen to get a refill. Any guys want anything?
Get me another wine, Trotnar. A bottle, if you could.
What kind? Red, white, what?
Red.
Anyone else?
I'm fine.
For standing?
Surprise me.
Okay, rat poison it is. What about you,
Don't do it,
princess?
always.
Fancy
Are you
anything?
Stronger.
sure you want to give Fortune rat poison?
Yeah, I'll just make her stronger.
That
Bring
seems
it on.
awfully
I
am
that seems awfully
indestructible.
dangerous, Trotnar.
Have you ever heard of the Lost Dwarven Art of the Joke, Valeth?
Yes, I have. I grew up in Platinum Hold.
Are you sure?
You don't have to actually get the drinks yourself. Like,
See,
there
that's
are
the best
maids
part
and
is that
servants.
everybody's like, Follis so thick, and Follis is like, I was making a different joke, and you guys
Right?
didn't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Classic.
Valeth isn't stupid. He's playing 9D chess, and we're way too stupid to realize it. We're the stupid ones because we can't think on his wavelength. Yeah.
He's just a weirdo. Anyways.
Like,
The rest
playing
of
90
us are still
cats,
on
we're just
3D
playing
Dragon's chat.
Okay. And then I get up, take a wine goblet. I take the wine goblet, and then
You
And
don't
my-
even have to go to the kitchen.
Yeah, you can get the servants to get it for you. God, you're so used to being a peasant.
And I love that this
Can I
is.
just skip-
I don't know. It just says this whole interaction has said so much about Nemesis, and like this is why she is the way she is. It's hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like not even that, but even just her mother, like her mother being the way she is. It's like Nemesis got a lot of that. A lot of her mother's shittiness is Nemesis shittiness.
See, everything makes sense now.
It's great. And even like Nori, like he's nice, he's a cool guy, but there's like he is deceptive. Like he's a sneaky fucker.
Yeah, the sneakiness and then like a bit of the pompous arrogance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's great. I like it.
But like when she calls me a peasant, I just fucking glare at her. I feel like
hit me, I dare you.
I don't want to give you the satisfaction left.
I mean, with all these bodyguards around, like.
There's only Gemma there, but Gemma is nearly as big as Nemesis.
Yeah.
Gemma will fuck you.
I feel like we don't want to fuck with Gemma at all.
Gemma, as Norium said, like, and you kind of look at Gemma now after, like, he said it, you just look at Gemma, it's like, yeah, no, from a distance, she does kind of look a little bit, like, she doesn't have, like, the face or anything, but, like, just in terms of build and height.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nori's like Muammar Gaddafi with the bodyguards that are all like gorgeous Amazonian women. Ask her like, I'm perfectly fine going to a kitchen and getting a drink glass. I don't need a fleet of servants powdering my arse while I do it. Okay.
If you say so.
And so I get up. In one hand, I take the mead goblet they gave me, and in the other two, like between my fingers, I take Valet's glass and Fortune's glass, and head to the kitchens.
All right. So into the kitchen is large, though there aren't that many servants here. You can see a lot of them are actually sort of like winding down, like they're starting to clean the place up and everything. And you can see the head maid Zessa is there, just also helping out. It's like, oh, you're one of Nemesis, Lady Nemesis' friends, aren't you?
Ah, good eye, lass. Throthnar is nice to meet you.
Zessa, I'm the head maid. You've caught us a bit of an inopportune time. We're just in the middle of cleaning up. Are you returning those drinks, or?
No, I won't trouble you. Just point me towards the wine cellar or the liquor cabinet, or I just got to get some refills for some friends, if that's okay.
Oh, I'll get the refills for you. It's fine.
No. Look, okay. You don't have to do everything around here. Like I'm not the biggest fan of being waiting on hand and foot. Just point me towards it, and I'll sort it myself. Okay?
Just think of it like a tavern, to think of me as the innkeeper. That's what I used to be, so I know how this works.
Oh my god.
Just leave the drinks there, give me a minute, and I'll refill it.
I'm trying to make your life easier.
No. Drinks. Table. And keep in mind, she's shorter than you. She's a halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is where she's like secretly level 20 monk. It's like...
Short fight, sorry.
I appreciate you being a gentleman, but there's a few areas which we don't let even guests go through. The wine cellar's one of them. The less I say about that, the better.
So that's where not. So I'm guessing that's where not. So I'm guessing Nori and Nemesis' mums keeps the dead bodies down here.
Oh my
god! No, gods no!
Holy shit!
No, it's because it's expensive wine down there, and we don't want people drinking the expensive wine when it's for big events.
That's fair enough, actually. Sorry. That makes more sense. Sorry.
She just kind of looks a bit like taken aback from that statement. Just leave the drinks there. Give me about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll bring them out to you.
Okay. I think everyone said they're going to. Have you got like a bathhouse or? Like
the bathhouse. He just kind of like looks at one of the other lot. You can see one of them's just like finished. Says, "Oh, good, you're done. Jason, you see, it's actually a gnome. This guy.
Oh, fucking
No, even shorter.
He's
even
so
shorter.
he's you can see he's like compared to like everyone else, he looks like a CD tavern keeper guy. He looks old, he's wrinkled, he's got bald hair, he's got a little bit he's got like mutton chops and everything. It's like, yeah, what's up, Sessa? This gentleman wants to know where the baths are. I assume the ones which Lady Fallow's going to, yes?
Aye, that'd be correct.
All right.
So,
If that's the case, Jason, show this gentleman where they are. Which one of these are yours? I'll get it sent to that bit.
Alright, so...
Bathhouse.
What?
Nemesis just excited about the bathhouse.
Yeah,
The
no.
bathhouse.
Right, so these drinks will be going to the bathhouse. So we got mug of whatever mead you served me at dinner.
Okay.
got-
Some mithril hammer made. That's
Would be nice. Whatever bottle of red wine you've got open will do.
we've got a few bottles there. I can grab one.
Right, don't go for the expensive stuff. He hasn't got the best palate in the world. Just saying.
I'll just get the same
God.
I'll just get the same that we
Fair.
got before.
That'll do. And now this is the fun bit. Now, the other drink she just said surprised me, so I was thinking, just give her a glass of the dishwater or something.
You watch as she presses the lips together and her mouth just thins. I'll think of something.
I'm sure you
my
got you look
God.
like you got a good head on your shoulders, aye.
You could say
so-
that.
Poor Sessa.
Right, Nessa.
Oh, Jesus.
Having to put up with this is the best interaction with Drothnar.
Jason, please go
The dirty
and
dwarf who's
and,
been wiping
and
his face on the everything.
Right?
and-
Just-
Yeah.
Driving her
yeah.
nut.
Yeah. Hardcore housekeeping staff has been cleaning up after me all day,
They've just
And I
followed
come
you
to
around in the
her-
broom, and they're like,
and now I come into her house, and yeah, this is great.
all right, he's my drink.
And okay, so you're like nice. So I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go to the bath. I say, where the fuck is it? This place.
Jason will show you. Yeah. Just
Oh yeah, Jason.
yeah.
Good night, mate.
All right.
Okay, so right, so that was one mead, one red wine, and then whatever the fuck horribleness you can think of. Got it?
Yeah. Yes, I will get those delivered.
Right.
Just
Oh,
go. Jeez.
Right. And again, if you need a spare pair of hands, I'm here.
I am fine. I am fine. Just go. Shoot.
You sure there's
Shoot,
not heavy
shoot.
barrels or?
Oh my God.
At this point, Jason's just grabbed you by the arms, kind of tugging you towards the door. All right, come on, buddy, let's go. Come on.
I'm also realizing how fine it would be if Zessa gave, Nemesis' girlfriend dishwater. I don't think she'll do it, but oh my God, just
It's
think.
her fault. She said surprise me.
All right, yeah, but
Charlie's either gonna die by fortune tonight or the cleaning staff. I don't know which one would be better.
Jason.
Whatever Vesta serves her, I want to be something that will make Fortune have to roll a Constitution check.
Okay. Jason just tugs you away to the bathhouse.
So something like 200 proof.
Pretty much, yeah.
Drothnar's bathwater. It's the worst thing.
Hey,
So
pretty much.
eventually the drinks do arrive.
Zing.
Valafin, Fortune, whereabouts are you guys when the drinks arrive?
I think just if everybody else goes to the bathhouse or whatever, or those that do, I'll tag along with them.
Okay.
We've been on the road for a while, and So sure.
I think the bathhouse.
What about you, Fortune?
Butt trucked are with the
I am
bathhouse.
happily sitting there listening to Nemesis describe every single fucking bath salt she has in her collection because
Okay.
she's a
Right?
girlfriend.
Okay, so you're all at the bathhouse.
What it is, she's just like, and this one smells like peaches. Oh, and this one is an exotic Nazan tree. And
Wait, Nazan tree. I'll be the judge of that one.
This one is the best for getting rid of dead skin. Yeah.
So when you do then, like Jess in eventually drag Trufnar, he sort of like walks with that. All right, everyone, lady fellow. So, been told to lead your friend here to the bathhouse. We got like 2 of the baths being cleaned, so you can't use them. Don't worry, they're closed and locked. But any of the baths are yours to use or share.
Thank you. Thank you, little
Very
man.
well.
Yep, just for the record, because, Lady Father, these lot aren't too well acquainted with, things like the salts and everything, yeah?
I've been teaching them, but no, they are not familiar.
Right, well, you only need 1 vial.
Understood.
Get more and it might get a bit uncomfortable, so, just 1.
Comfortable.
I imagine
Just starts
that
burning.
Nev learned from experience with this. She was like, I can make it better.
Yeah,
Classic
so 1's
rich
perfectly
kid thing.
harmless, 2, it might get a little bit clingy, 3, it's when it starts burning.
Burning.
Wait,
Yeah.
Like what? I think she skipped over the part about what exactly it does.
I'll let the lady deal with that one. Anyway,
Yeah,
I've got to get back.
I put it together with alchemical knowledge.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not alchemical.
This guy was named Justin, you said?
Jason.
Justin?
Think Jason, but instead of
Jason.
S-O-N, it's S-I-N.
Okay.
Jason.
Okay. I see, I see.
Yeah.
So,
Philip goes around calling him the wrong name the entire time.
okay.
So it releases scent,
Oh, yeah.
but also it makes the water slightly more acidic.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to explain it.
So it's like that.
Interesting.
As I said, 2 vials, it gets a bit clingy, but then you can't take advantage of it. Anyway, I gotta get back to cleaning, so just so you know, you 3, your drink should be here probably by the time I get back. Ah, shit, she's gonna have me bring it to you, ain't she? Fuck. Alright. And he just walks off. But yeah, the bathhouse, it is actually, whereas most of the place has been stone, this is actually a wooden building. It is pure, it's got like, you know, long, like wooden pillars on each corner. But yeah, no, it is open. It is free for you to use. Nemesis, you know there is a small storage room where most of the stuff for there is stored?
Mm-hmm. Nemesis just like a kid in a candy store. Just she's getting, you know, bath salts, different like perfumes, scrubs, lotions. Like her arms
How
are
many
just
of these
full
baths are
of
there?
bath stuff.
Because you said 2 of them were.
There are 2
being
big.
cleaned.
There are so not including the ones that are closed. There are 2 big baths that can hold like 4 people.
Big
and
like
then
hot
there's
tub size things.
yeah. And then there's
Yeah.
4 smaller ones, which
That
are
are
like
like
single
the
person.
classic, like in a tap or in a saloon in the West where it's just like a bath.
Yeah,
but maybe
yeah.
a bit bigger. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's 2 more, but you can see like as you try and open the door, they're locked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nem is immediately like with all of the baths in one hand, Fortune's wrist, and just pull her into one of the small baths.
Yup.
Nice.
I'll just take one of the quote unquote Nausean bath salts.
Right? Some more exotic ones.
I grabbed
Nausean bath salt. Soap.
the most intense one that Nemesis showed us, and I put it in the communal bath.
Oh
am
my
going-
god.
I guess
I'm going
I'll
to
grab a
private
flowery
bath.
one. Guess I'll grab a flower capsule and head to one of the private ones, because, well...
Yep.
Yep.
So that's 3
Well,
private
that's
paths
one.
in use.
You can tell from Trothnar's face he's so like skeptical by all this and like what the fuck, this place is
He's
bullshit.
like, fucking cleaning. What is this bullshit?
Yeah, and you see him basically.
Wait, is there also like a razor or something for shaving in here?
No.
I mean,
If there is, I'm slitting your. If there is, I'm slitting your throat with it.
I'm sure. I mean, maybe Delsin
I
needs
think
sure
that he
that
meant for
there is.
himself, you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was asking. Yeah, it's for myself, and I was asking.
I'm very
Oh,
sure
okay.
that there is because I mean it's Nem. Come on.
yeah,
Yep.
there is.
I
For,
thought-
you know, like her legs.
I thought Delsin was going to ambush me. Sorry.
Nope. I'm taking this because shaving.
Yep.
Okay, so I think. So I will kneel down beside one of the baths and like run water through my beard, and I want all of you to roll initiative. No.
As the demon bursts out from his beard. No.
Yeah. Yeah. The hideous tentacle monster unlatches from the bottom of his chin.
Yeah, it's just like we discussed, yeah. It'll be like that Drawn Together episode.
we
No,
have
I'm
this
kidding.
whole plan.
Oh my
It'd
god.
be like that Drawn Together episode, except it's a beard instead of the Whatchamaboozy.
Oh my god, there's an amazing graphic book that I know that's called The
Fuck.
Beard. What's it called? The beard that was massive and I think it's actually called The Beard That Was Massive and Evil.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
here
beard
we go.
was-
It's called The Gigantic Beard That Was Evil. It's really good. It's basically
What
like a
is?
graphic novel with no writing, which is just all about a man's beard who tries to like take over the universe. It's really good.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Drop that
anyway.
fanfiction.
Anyway,
Does they go take baths?
yep. So
God.
Yeah.
you get the various bath salts, and you experience bath salts, most of you, pretty much all of you, for the first time.
Yay.
Ooh.
Nem's
I
just like dumping them in.
Can someone
too
describe what it's like as someone who has never experienced bath salts in real life?
I've never used them either.
I've never used them
Really?
either.
Personally, I find I've tried them before, and it just makes the water really
it makes
shitty.
the
I don't
bath
like
smell
it personally.
Amazing, and it like gives the bath like an exfoliating quality. Like it makes your skin feel amazing. And, like,
See, like
and then sometimes
Is
depending
there
on how coarse
old
the salt
medieval
is, it
flush?
can
You
like.
could use the bath bomb too.
The what?
oh my god. Ye old medieval lush. I
What?
love that.
Are any of these bath salts bubble bath?
Absolutely.
Can I get
Honestly.
a fancy rubber ducky? Can it have a crown?
Volith
Oh my god.
experiments with bubble facial hair and bubble hair because he is completely hairless, and so it's like, this is my first time.
Yeah.
Partway through as well, while you're just all doing this, some of you hear like a knock at the door, and you hear the sound of Jacin saying like, "Oi, is it you lot here with the drinks that you wanted?"
Yes, in here.
All right, bear with me here. I'm kind of walking in blind. And and as he opens the door, you just see he's like holding one drink. He's got his hands completely there. He's just like, all right, 1, 2.
Oh, shit.
I just
and
like
then
mage hand the glass out of his hand
All right,
and bring it to
okay.
myself.
Okay. And then he you can see him
I
counting
jump-
each time he steps backwards, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I,
This is where you just say, like, none of the ladies are in here. Like,
yeah, we're all clothed, dude.
No,
He doesn't
Volith's
know that.
in the hot tub with nothing on.
Yeah.
Good lord.
No,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
nothing
but
at all.
wearing
Nothing at all.
anything.
He just doesn't care.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's
And I
like,
think it's the same one. Just kind of what I assumed was the one
Yeah.
that
it's about
the communal one that you're in with me, Trotner. I assumed because there's not enough individual ones for everybody. So
Trothalos thinks stupid, sexy Valor.
stupid 60 relic. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
yeah, I think Volith kind of does have Ned Flanders vibes,
Energy.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
He just needs a highly ho neighbor, and that's him sorted.
Stupid sexy bell laugh.
Dicky Ferif.
Yeah.
I can't ship this book to the United States.
Fucking Christ.
Wait, what? Because I think I put the Amazon.co.uk link.
Yep.
It will be on Amazon.com. Don't worry.
I don't know. I click it and it works for me, you filthy casuals.
Also, for some reason, the paperback
Yay.
is twice as expensive as the hardcover.
Fuck yeah, boys, the Commonwealth.
But yeah, Jason rather awkwardly is like just like hit on the door, is like, hey, gotta drink it, and eventually gets round to all of you. He gets to where you and Nemesis are. It's like, hi, I got you a drink here. Is it safe for me to cut in, or do I need to cover up, like my eyes?
Nem like dives down into the tub to hide.
Which is a bit difficult given your size. So
Right.
make a stealth
It's
check.
hard to actually hide her.
Yeah, make a stealth check. Just a regular stealth check because you're not in your armor, obviously.
Woo! A regular
I shall be right back.
Like, wow. Like the first...
Oh.
It's not bad, actually.
16. Okay. So, opens the door. Thankfully, he's got his hand over his eyes. He's like, okay, 1, 2, 3. He eventually just very slowly walks forward to the point where he's near at the back. He's like, all right, if you can grab your drink, please. He's just like holding what appears to be like a glass of like yellowish gold liquid.
Is it like bubble? Is it like bubbly?
There's some bubbles in it, yeah. There's carbonization going on.
Nice.
Nice.
Like a
It's
flute
like
glass of some sort of potentially
It's like
champagne.
It's like a fine sparkling cider.
Yeah, something like that maybe.
Yeah. So what are you doing, Fortune? Jason's just standing there, eyes covered with his hand and just holding the drink out.
Oh, taking it.
Thank you. Enjoy. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, he counts back as he's like walking. He's like, it's not like he's like turning around. He's just like literally walking backwards, just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow,
Look out for the bar of soap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, he makes it. He's like, shuffles count. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And you watch he like walks. He keeps walking with his eye closed. Like, bumps against the wall. It's like, okay. Here we go. Close. And closes it.
Oh my god.
That's dedicated. I like it.
So, do I recognize whatever this liquid is?
Make a history check. I'll say.
A history check. Okay.
History.
Yeah, that's history.
Oh my god.
You have no idea.
No idea.
Guess what it is, Nemesis? It's dumb bitch juice.
I mean, that is kind of true for anything.
That'd be so fucking funny.
I mean, isn't all alcohol that?
What is that?
I don't know, but I did ask for a surprise.
Are you going to drink it?
Fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna drink it.
Oh my god.
Oh, dearie me.
Do I need to make a save?
Chug.
Are you chugging it?
Chugging.
Okay, yeah, so you just doff it in one go. It's incredibly sweet, like, to the point where your eyes actually, like, water up from just how strong the taste is. It's like you grimace slightly because it has a bit of a sour aftertaste, but eventually it passes, and your head feels a little bit fuzzy, but you're able to, like, get rid of most of the drunkenness. Like, you just power through it. It's like a sweet... It's almost like a cider, almost. But
Nice.
a incredibly strong
delicious.
cider.
Nice.
Pleasantly
Nice.
surprised.
So...
It was nice for once.
I think it was more Zessa was nice.
Yeah, he wasn't the nice one.
If
She doesn't know
Drothnar
that.
got himself into that wine cellar, I don't know what you'd be eating or drinking.
Yes.
Cut to Trothnar's body floating face down in a bucket of wine.
In the lake.
Floating in the lake.
I can't believe Trothnar is dead from alcohol poisoning.
All
It's
right.
bound to happen somehow.
So,
Oh my god.
you eventually finish your bath of various degrees, because I assume Trofnar just rinsed his beard.
Actually, I think because I noticed I didn't want to be felt. She didn't want to be felt left out, and so literally with every regret etched across his face, he basically strips down to his gross old man underwear and essentially
God.
and basically just in one go just leaps into the pool that the big communal pool that Valis is in.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like splash. It's fucking acrid bath salt in the eyes.
Yeah, the bath salts do make your skin quite tingly.
And all the bath water just instantly turns to a jet black.
Oh my God, gross.
Can we use a power washer on Trofnar, please?
Big fucking hose, like fucking like in prison, just like spraying him down. This Danny DeVito looking motherfucker.
just with a hose and a sponge. Yeah.
It's like, crap, we need to use magic to clean the bath so we can clean ourselves.
Oh yeah, no, that particular bath is going to be closed now.
We need.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wow.
We need to clean stuff. We need magic to clean the stuff to clean the baths.
But yeah, eventually you all finish your bath. Most of you feeling refreshed after all of it.
Nice.
Less over less, but.
It's all prestidigitation, so the bath was mostly for just the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because he does actually keep himself very clean all the time. Because
His head's so shiny you can see yourself on it.
It's true. Make yourself look like that guy from Kiss, because he's got like tattoos. You look at the back of his head and then like reflects, and you got like freaking tattoos in your face. Anyways.
And eventually you retire to your respective beds.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Trofnar, can you make a perception check with disadvantage for me?
A what check?
A perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Nice.
Perception.
Murder.
Hey, look, you rolled an 11 twice. 12, yeah.
Oh, excuse
Two 12s. Round that up to a 24. I pass.
2 12s. So that's for that check, and that is for... Okay, alright. So, Nemesis, you're very lightly shaken awake. And as like you open your eyes, you can see Norium there. He just looks at you, just puts his fingers to his mouth and just beckons you to follow. Various other ones of you are also woken by various members. And as you kind of all emerge from your room, you can see very carefully is Gemma carrying a fast asleep Trofnar, because she rolled really fucking good on her stealth and sleight of hand.
So I'm just like slung over one shoulder.
Yeah, she's like holding you like
this huge grin on her face.
Yeah. Norium kind of like leads to you, Delsin, and says, "Could you get your fire on, please?"
Wait, what are you doing?
I feel like I probably just like came across them while I was wandering through the halls, and then
no.
they're like, I'm like, what is going? What is
Should you
happening?
tell Nori or the staff that you don't sleep?
No, I just I just didn't. I maybe spent time in my room for some time and then just started wandering around.
I'll do it as he says. Get my fire.
So you all follow Gemma just carrying this fast asleep Trofnar. Because you rolled a 13 and a 14 on stealth and sleight of hand, so...
Son of a bitch, okay.
And that's not including her bonuses and such, so she managed it. You guys watch as they carefully walk out down to the... it's sort of like past the bathhouse, down this hill. And you can see at this point, like, it gets a bit more forested. There is a bit of a walkway, but it opens out into a lake. And Gemma just kind of like walks very quietly into the water, like up to her knees. And Norium says, "When she throws, please fire your gun up in the air. Okay?"
Got it.
All right.
What?
She just looks so excited.
Yeah, you can just see Gemma's just got a big ear to her grin. It's like, 1, 2, and I'm going to roll a strength check to see how far she threw. That's a natural 18.
my god.
Freak! She throws you up in the air.
I fire gun.
Yeah, so Trofnar, you're just having this. You're not too sure what you're dreaming about, but all of a sudden you hear like a loud bang, and as your eyes are like open, you just feel just gravity starting to pull you downwards. You hear Norium say, "Gods, look at it!" And you just suddenly collide with the lake and wind up in the water. There's a few seconds. Okay. There's a few seconds where Norium says, "Oh gods, Gemma, go get the poor man, get him." Gemma just sort of like wades and dives in and like is able to pull you up. You come up just spluttering and drenched.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Christian.
Quick
Nem
thing,
like casts at her face in like Norium's robe.
One quick thing. Trofnar doesn't know how to swim.
Yeah, so Gemma's dove in to grab you.
Scroll now.
Oh my god.
So like I'm desperately trying to spluttering, trying to come up to the surface.
Can I dive in and try to help him?
Gemma's already got it. I just said.
Yeah, I've got him.
And I'm basically, and you just hear me screaming apparently in Dwarvish for someone to help me.
At this point, Gemma's like, all right, I got you. Hey, can't. What are you doing, you daft drunkard? Come on. Yeah. Eventually, she hauls you out of the lake.
Wait, haven't we gone through things with Trofnar where he's needed to swim?
Yeah, in the sewers.
Wait, did I swim in the sewers?
Yes.
Yeah,
we all did.
Wow.
Oh shit, okay.
It has been so long, I can't remember.
He probably,
Yeah,
in a
long
panic,
time ago.
screamed he can't swim.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I woke up in water, so obviously I panicked.
Yeah, but you're eventually dragged out, and Norinka runs to you and just kneels down. Like, are you all right? We saw you sleepwalking.
Roll for insight, please.
Okay. I will roll for deception for Norium. I need to get his stats up.
Yeah, you roll for insight.
I mean, I can roll.
Go ahead.
Ooh, Trofnar.
Wow.
Oh! He's like,
The reversal.
Are you okay? You were running around just talking about like needing ale, and then it's like you screamed out ale and dove into the lake.
What happens? What happens now if we both got criticals?
Because there's no critical success with skill checks.
Even with skill checks,
okay,
it doesn't matter anyways. So.
Skill checks, there is no critical success, critical fail. It's literally highest win. So yeah.
I mean, I go, and I'm shaking and shivering and still like very much in shock. It's kind of like, I didn't even I didn't even drink that much last night. What?
We need to get him to like the bathhouse or something like that. He's gonna catch his death in here. Come on, let's go. I'll take him. He just kind of helps you up.
At the point of tears.
And Norium very quickly escorts you to the bathhouse where you can get warmed up. And as you kind of watch him walk away, Gemma just walks up. She's drenched as well because obviously she dived in. But she just kind of comes up to you and Emily just looks at Norium and Trofnar walking by and says, "I told you I fucking do it."
Perfect.
I was not expecting this.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, Trofnar, you're escorted back up to the bathhouse. Norium helps you get warmed up and dried off. He does.
What a prank!
He does put you into into a warm bath, which compared to the frigid cold lake, it is actually blissful.
That's quite nice.
No bath salts on this one unless you request it, but it's actually
No,
nice
I don't.
requesting.
I'm not even thinking about that.
It's nice after going from this freezing lake to this actually nice warm bath, and it's like, you are like properly clean because of it. You dried off. He hands you a big, thick, heavy coat. He says, "Just while you walk through to back to your room." Which you put it on. It's fucking heavy, man. This is like a winter, like an Arctic winter coat almost. Heavily padded with like hides and furs.
So a Jon Snow like cloak.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like a robes. Probably not as much.
Nice. And there's nothing odd about this cloak. It's just a nice warm cloak.
No, it is a.
It's not like
I have to ask.
It's a.
Yeah, I do though. Yeah, it's not been soaked in something hideous, has it?
No,
It doesn't
it's a
smell
dry.
funny
It's a dry. The only bit of it like seems like dampish is just obviously because of yourself. Like you've just been clean, so it's like
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
like that. That's the only bit. It's like it's just a dry, warm cloak that you just wrap around you as you walk back into the manor.
Okay. So let's go. So like. Yes, cheers. Thanks, Norium. I was sorry about this, and tell Gemma that thanks for fishing me out. I'm sorry I embarrassed myself like this. Okay.
No, it's fine. Trust me. Sister's done that all the time. Didn't go as far as you, but we did see her walking circles in her room a few times.
Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like Nem.
Most of the time it was arguing with whatever was in her dreams.
It's just weird because I've never sleepwalked before tonight, so
it's probably the mead. Mithril Hammer mead is quite potent stuff.
Aye, that's true, I suppose. But I think okay, I guess I have to.
Just so confused, Trotnar.
Right.
I am, yeah. So okay, so I think I might have to just take it easy, and also just to be safe, I don't want to, drown. So at night, do you mind locking me in my room?
Of course. I'll get Zessa to do that for you. Actually, I'll give you your own key. Just place it somewhere where you don't think you'd get it when you're sleepwalking.
Okay. And so I just think of okay, so when I can put it at the bottom of my pack, just
He stuffs it in his beard.
I mean,
It's gone forever.
Yeah. In your pack, put it in something within your pack. That'd probably be best.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a puzzle box. You could use that.
A puzzle box, of course he does. The fucking loser.
Is it like a Levent configuration?
I mean,
That's actually awesome. I love that he has a puzzle box.
I mean, Nori, I love the enthusiasm, but it doesn't sound like a good idea to put it in something I can't open.
Well, you would know. It's just when you're sleepwalking, you wouldn't, because you kind of just.
He just doesn't want to be seen as a fucking loser, no.
The offer's there. The offer is there.
Okay.
I don't think anyone actually got my reference.
And I will.
No,
Okay, I will borrow this puzzle box of yours, but before you give it to me, you will show me how it works and how to open it. Okay?
Of course. So as he gets to the room, he kind of dashes off for a bit. He's back about 2 or 3 minutes later with a small box, and you can see an iron key. So this is your key, and with the puzzle box, he opens it and just takes out some of the things that are in there. So it's very simple, really. You can see there's a picture of a dragon, though it's sort of in various circles. So what you need to do is there's about 4 different dials here. You just got to make it look like the dragon, and he just shows you twists one of the one on one of the shorter ends twice, the one at the back once, and then the one on the other side once, and you see it turns to a dragon.
Nori is one of those kids that figured out Rubik's cubes
Yeah, essentially,
Just,
it's
like,
almost. This is almost
feed
like a
fixes
Rubik's
them for-
cube. Almost, it's like a Rubik's cube set into a box, and you can see there it's made a red dragon, and he opens up the lid again.
Again, I was thinking like the whole lament configuration from the Hellraiser movies.
I'll give this a go then.
All right, he closes it, and he takes one of the other dials and twists it twice, and you see like all the bits move a bit.
And then I try. And then I will try to solve the puzzle box.
Make an intelligence check.
Hell yeah!
Yay!
It sounds.
Can't figure it out. It's trapped there forever.
It doesn't sound that bad, actually. Like,
6.
Hey.
Norium ends
Also
up helping you.
intelligence,
It's like no. So you see you've got that row there. So then you twist that there to get that row.
No, but like all I have to do is like twist that one around a bit, and then...
I feel like Nori is really used to this because of how dumb Nemesis.
Yeah, no, like he very quickly like shows you, and he kind of realizes like, oh wait, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, okay, I got it. Kind of, maybe, I think.
Okay, so after far too long, we end up getting it back into place. No, it opens. Okay.
Yeah, so it opens like, there you go, see, open and close and twist the front and it switches again. Try again. With advantage this time, because he's shown you and you've kind of gotten a bit of a better idea.
For God's sake, okay. With my whole 10 and
So
15.
great.
I'm glad it was.
You're not
advantage.
as quick, but you eventually figure it out. It's like, okay, yeah, and eventually you open it. There we go.
Did it, yay!
I don't think you could do that while you're sleepwalking.
No. Smash it to bits, maybe, but not open it properly.
Well, you won't even know better. Also, that's a very strong puzzle box. It's actually, you look on the inside there, it's actually lined with metal.
It's a mithril box.
I just look at him like, what the fuck did you say to me? You think I'm I'm holding back an answer.
Right, well, there's a puzzle box. Here's your key. And I wish you a better night's sleep.
Very much not. You get some sleep as well, lad. And I take the puzzle box and the key and head to my room.
Okay.
I take off the I take off the cloak, hang it up on the nearest hook behind the door or whatever, and then lock the door, put it in the puzzle box, close it, go to sleep.
Okay. Is there anything the rest of you guys are doing while that's happening? Or are you just saying straight to sleep?
What time is it now?
Oh, it is fucking late.
Yep.
Like 1, 2 in the morning?
Like near midnight.
Oh, closer to midnight then.
Yep, have to sleep.
Yeah, sleep. I'll check the cord in the morning.
Alright, so you all go to sleep. There is nothing eventful for the night. And you're all able to wake up in the morning.
Yay.
Yay.
It was amazing.
I remember Gemma saying that offhandedly, and I'm just there like, wait, I gotta do that still. Yeah, anyway.
But like, I agree that it was kind of cruel, but it was also kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, Norium's been embarrassing you every now and then with this stuff, so...
Right? I'm sure that it's normal for them.
Yep.
So this is just a normal war of pranks?
Yep. So,
pretty much.
You eventually all wake up. Trafnar, go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay.
But he can't swim.
You can get into the fucking...
He was literally just shocked.
14, yeah, it takes you a little bit, but you're able to, mostly because you're still kind of waking up, but eventually you figure it out and get the key out so you can let yourself out.
Excellent, okay. So then, yeah, I put the puzzle box on the side, in the bedside table or whatever, take the key out, and on the door, and then pocket the key.
Yep.
So I'll put that in my inventoire.
Inventoire.
Alright.
Which is French for inventory.
So, you make your way to the dining hall where breakfast is being served. It's essentially a fry-up. You guys essentially get a fry-up for your
Nice.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yep. Norium's there as well. Also, Vincent's eating alongside it. So, like, morning, sleeping beauties.
Wait, will we get like a full English?
Yeah.
Fucking Nem is just in her bed still. Like, fuck this. Like, she has not been in such a nice bed in so long. She's just glued to it.
Well, after this breakfast, I would first do my, gun training.
Oh, yeah, the, firearm thingy, yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Then I'd go to with the research.
I'll do a quick run round and just let the guards know not to panic.
Yeah. However, I have noticed that we are missing someone at this table.
I would imagine that sister is getting reacquainted with her bed.
She's getting very, very friendly with it.
Yes.
Phrase.
Her first true love.
Her bed.
Vincent, I would ask you to drag her out later.
This is gonna be a fight.
Okay,
sure?
roll initiative.
Well,
Battle music starts.
she is meant to be helping Trofnar with his little issue. So it'd be rather rude of her, and not very gentlewomanly, to just spend her time sleeping in her bed.
Gentlewomanly. You think she's a lady? Ha.
Norium does.
You to assume, Norium.
I know that's a very big stretch coming from her, but, she is a noble. Right, okay, I'll just go warn the guard. I'll give it an hour, and how do you want me to do this? I'll let you use your imagination, Vincent. Got it.
Oh, no.
Got it. All right. So, the next hour, you're able to spend a bit of time practicing your gun, which I can say with about 2 or 3 more hours, if you decide to delay your little research thing with Norium, you can become proficient in gun.
Yeah, I'll delay it just a little.
Okay, so go ahead. So you can say that you're now proficient with firearms.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's nice to be.
I assume you're still in your bed, Nemesis?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not leaving.
Which means that the misfire goes down.
At some point, I should have remembered to do this last night before the bath, so I had an even more cool looking lying and sitting in the bathhouse. I turn Akasha into a snake.
Okay.
With casting a Find Familiar as a ritual.
How much snake?
I will be hanging out. I wanted to go peruse the gardens before we get ready to head out to town.
Okay.
Slither little snake.
Okay. If that's the case, then, Nemesis, actually, as you're walking by, Valorant sees Vincent walk by and sees Cash says, "Hey, big guy, can I borrow that snake?"
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, what?
Trust me on this one, okay? Though, be around just in case, because that's one of those magic snakes, yeah? That can, like, vanish and reappear?
Yes.
Right. You might want to be standing nearby then, just in case.
Okay. I'll outstretch my hand with Akasha on it and let her
takes it
climb up on his arm.
Yeah, he just gently scratches him underneath her chin. It's like, all right, okay, follow me.
Yeah, I follow him
All
inquisitively.
Right, so goes to Nemesis' room and very quietly just opens the door. Right, so I want you to have the snake hiss as loud as she.
Her name is Akasha.
Akasha, as loud as she can into Nemesis' ear. Like, as if, like, hiss or whatever, as if she's about to strike her, and then pull her away. It's gonna be great, trust me. Very gently, lays Akasha at the foot of Nemesis' bed, and just, quickly steps back out.
Oh my god.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have tell Akasha to go up and slither up through the covers and underneath the blanket and up to Akasha's or up to Nemesis's head.
Yeah. So you got your back to Akasha. So you sort of feel movement, but you're just kind of just in bliss. And then you just hear a very loud hiss in your ear.
I translated the hiss.
Nem immediately leaps up and falls out of her bed.
And as you shoot up, I assume you bring Akasha back to your side quickly.
Yeah, if she gets in, if Nemesis goes feral and goes to hurt her or anything like that, then I'll make her disappear.
Her hammer, her bed.
Yeah. So. And Vincent very quickly grabs the door and closes it just a crack, just enough that you two can just see her fall out.
Right.
Vincent, right. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Shh. Just back away a second, all right?
What the?
As he sort of backs away, he draws out his sword and then he barges through the door and says, "Lady Nancy, I heard what the fuck?" Are you?
Nem's just in her nightgown with her hammer.
He kind of looks around. What? Was there anyone here? Should I sound the guard?
I roll insight on it.
Sure.
Fucking.
You're gonna be hard.
I know what a fucking faker you are.
You're gonna be hard pressed. He's a rogue.
Oh, he's a rogue.
For fuck's sake, no.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he seems generally you can see him darting around. He's looking at all the various areas. He seems to be he just heard you sort of yell out and start swinging or something, and he came running as a guard does.
Wait, Fortune in the room too.
I thought.
Pretty sure Lilith is just probably around the corner.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm around the corner. Yeah, I would have assumed Fortune and Nemesis would have been sharing a bed.
Of course.
Yeah.
So were you there, or did you go to eat? Then them just stayed there.
Oh, Fortune's probably in the bathroom right now.
Okay, yeah. So.
Perfect.
Just around. In her.
You're being
You're robo.
I know it.
Yeah, roboting.
Beep boop.
Hold on.
I've been robot.
Guys,
that was
Nemesis
very-
found a place for the Warforged. Run!
Yeah.
I could have.
Sorry, that was very weird.
Hello.
The machine gun
No.
Nem's freaking out so much that she's a robot. Alright.
Hello.
Okay.
The bed. I don't know what it was. It was slip. It was 16. Fucking Nem's freaking out.
It's still roboting a bit.
Yeah, I could understand it well enough.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's probably because I'm yelling in the mic.
Right.
So-
We had pest control here a bit ago. Right. I'll do a scat of the room, and if there's anything that was here, I'll kill it. You just go get some. I mean, don't you got stuff to do today anyway?
M155.
Make sure that this is cleaned out.
Will do.
Nem just huffs and grabs her bag of clothes and just runs out.
All right. And you saw walk by Valif, and Valif, as you look in, you can just see Vincent Sheepy Sword just gives you a wink, a wink and a smile.
Yeah, Olive just has his smile on.
It gets boring around here.
I see.
Well, sorry you can't come in. I need to ensure that there are no pests in Lady Fallow's room, so if I will speak with the rest of you once you have done whatever your morning stuff is.
That's a weird phrase. Yeah.
Alright, and you see Vincent just kind of, it's more half-heartedly just looking around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Asshole.
Indeed.
eventually, you all finish your morning stuff. Vincent comes back, and just kind of like sits down. You can see at this point though, he's not actually wearing his guard outfit. He's actually wearing more casual attire. He, like, grabs the one of the chairs, so like, puts it so he's leaning against the back of this. Right, so Norium's told me that you're meant to be searching down in the residential area, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You want me to come with, or are you good by yourselves?
As long as we can get back into the Gilded Circle, then it's no matter to us, I don't think. But
I don't know. It might be useful having him around. Vincent obviously knows the place better than I, and I'm sure that he's more well acquainted with everyone.
Yes.
All right, if that's the case, there's got to be a few ground rules here. Most of you are fine, but some of you, and he kind of like looks at you, Nemesis, your attire's going to get attention here. So, he sort of like leans over with a back, sort of like a big sack, and just throws it. You can see a bunch of like very like commoner style clothes.
Commoner's clothes.
Yeah. It's best to wear that so you don't freak out the populace.
Nem just has like this like look on her face, just.
You've slept rough, Nemesis. Commoner clothes ain't gonna kill you.
You didn't know that.
I do know that, because if that's the case, you wouldn't have hugged me earlier.
Oh.
Fine, I'll put them on. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, sure. Just take the time you need. Next ground rule.
Goes and gets dressed.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they're not... Like, you know that commoner clothes are usually, like, pre-polished. These are actually fairly decently well made. Like, they work, but they're obviously not armor. Or anything. Next thing, as well. Obviously, the public don't walk around with big old weapons, so anything that you can't keep concealed, sorry, ain't gonna be around here. If you need any, we've got some spares in the armory.
Bollocks.
I have a question before we go out.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll leave my staff, but I can keep my dagger with me.
No, the staff's fine.
Like, I'll leave my hammer and stuff here, but like, if we were to make a decision, could I cast Smite on my fists?
I'll allow it.
Sweet.
We could keep our weapons in your bag of holding, Nemesis.
That is true.
Yeah, we can do that.
That should be fine. Might be a bit awkward trying to get all the weapons out, but should be fine.
Yeah. If we were in a fight, it might take like a few actions.
It would take an action to pull out one weapon.
Yeah, everybody would have to like get to Nemesis and pull it out of the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
It depends on who's going. Like right now, I think it's. I was gonna go. Was Bolif going? Fortune.
Yeah,
Nemesis?
I have some stuff to do in town as well. That is.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just,
going
like,
with
looking around.
I'm going with them guys as well.
Oh great, that means I have to put my shield away. Okay. Okay, I'll lower my AC.
I'm guessing you can't conceal a warhammer.
No. Like basically a dagger would be the best you could conceal.
What about
maybe a
handbag?
small or a mace?
Just put it in the bag of holding, dude. Come on.
Okay, I will leave my great axe in my room at the manor, and then put my warhammer in the bag of holding.
Yeah, you could probably take a hand axe, like you might.
I have returned.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
like a
like, did you-
lumberjack.
Wait, what do you know what I mean, Gratian?
I can have the Waker on me, right, Tick?
Oh yeah, because it
It
materializes and
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it's literally any weapon that you can't conceal would have to either remain or need to go in the bag of holding. So that gives you an idea.
I have quarterstaff, but I actually don't want it.
I just realized
anymore.
you guys made Impractical Jokers jokes. God, I love them.
Can't relax, what?
Right. The quiver.
Some weapons.
I suppose we
It
can put some
depends on-
stuff in there.
Yep.
Depends on what reason why you might be holding it. Like, you could maybe carry a bow and a quiver if you look like a hunter, maybe.
Stuff it with good berries.
But
Yeah, just say it's a cornucopia. Fill it with food.
We might have a few like bits of lumber that we can probably stuff in there to make it seem like you're just carrying stuff around. Probably, yeah, that's probably going to be the best thing to go with that.
Wait, so is it Delsin's bag of holding?
Yeah, which bag of holding are you using, guys?
Well, because Delsin has his like on him when he's going to be at with Norium, so I assume
Yeah.
like we've got nemesis,
Nems,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting it in M's, yeah.
I think that's probably fine. We can fit everybody's stuff in there if we need to.
I think it's the one that has the unlimited arrows.
Just filled
A
with
lot of
arrows.
arrows,
No,
yeah.
it is not quite unlimited.
I thought
All
it was
right,
named
if,
apples.
if that's the case, then he pulls out his short sword and just passes it to them. You mind putting that in the bag for me?
Yes, yes. And I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the bag.
Right. Also, word about your cart before we set off. It can be repaired. It's gonna take a bit because it's majorly fucked up.
I was actually planning on finding somewhere in town we could perhaps.
It's okay.
purchase
We've got our
something
own
hardier.
smith. We got our as in an actual
Something that may not break and perhaps has a little bit more room. Maybe a
most of
maybe a
them have
covering,
gone.
but-
Most of them have been taken due to the war effort for supply
Yes.
trains. I'll see if we've got any. I'll have to ask Norium actually if he's fine with that.
More than fine with paying what we need to.
Well, the
I
cart
just
needs to
thought
be
it was-
repaired if it needs to be used anyway, so
Yes.
I'll see what Norium says.
Very well.
I think in Nem's head, like, the answer that Norium could give to her is always yes. That's how her brain works. Just like, why do you need to ask Norium? He'll say yes to me anyways. That's how it
Yes,
works,
my-
right?
Yes, my darling sister, anything for you. Yeah.
That's kind of how it works in her brain.
Yeah, that's how it works in her brain. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I know how
basically
I know how
everyone?
it would work in Norium's brain.
Yeah.
Right.
Nori's a lot smarter than
Inside
Nem.
So, is there anywhere particular you want to head, or you got any questions on anything here?
Well, we
Arthur.
want to figure out if there's any sort of crimes or murders happening, I suppose.
So, like, criminal under?
Mhm.
It's almost like
Is
you
there-
are saying that I know something about criminal underworlds, Nemesis.
Like this side eye, like,
I can assure you that I do not currently know any criminal gangs.
Oh, currently.
Well, I
So
mean,
you did in the past then?
However, well, what do you think if we checked around the former temples of Morian?
well, those are here in the Gilded Circle.
Oh, okay.
Is there like a dwarven quarter or something?
Nah, there isn't. They just
Or
kind
any
of...
outside Lord's Guard.
Any what, sorry?
Outside Lord's Guard.
As in, like, I know a few lads in the residential that are Lord's Guard.
Know something.
Yeah, we can try them.
Start with that.
Just trying to
and
think.
We'll go from there.
Also, I never asked before, but you know the cloak that Norium gave me?
Yep.
Is it dwarf sized?
No, it is human size.
Oh, okay. Just
Is it human-sized or Norium human-sized?
It is regular human size.
It's
Okay.
human sallow size.
Whatever that
I mean, you
means.
say that, but your mother and father are
Sallows
shorter
are
than
fucking
you.
tall.
We're big. We tall.
They're down with the thickness.
Nori, mate. He's skinny. He's string bean.
Yeah, sure.
He's
He stick, yeah.
stick.
Right, so...
He's even got the same facial expressions.
Right then, so... I guess we're gonna just head to the general residential place then?
We haven't really got any
We
substantial
need
leads,
to
I guess.
find
It's just...
leads, so perhaps if there is a frequented tavern, something of or bar, perhaps.
I know a few places. I know a few places.
It seemed like there's always been a fairly, at least for, like Jirahanian city.
I didn't quite catch that there. Ed? Hello?
Hello?
Go on.
Oh my god, he died.
I can't believe
that's
Trufnar's dead.
It just
And we didn't
happened
get to kill him.
So sad.
Oh my god.
F's in the chat.
This is all a dream. He actually drowned in the lake.
Oh
My
my.
And we
God.
laughed.
Oh, that's so dark.
Crap, not that button.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear him, so I'll
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Where did you go? It was dark and frightening.
What did you say there? Because I didn't quite catch it, and then obviously you might died.
I don't...
Talking
There was-
something
there
about
was a-
Jirhan.
There was a scary man in a mask and big red eyes. I was saying like, hold on, let me just remember what his accent is. It's like, so like this city Ulmandow had a fairly decent dwarvish presence. I mean, more than most cities in Jerahan. There must be still like, like a dwarvish part of town, or like where they settle down, or where.
Or perhaps a dwarvish hangout as opposed to just where they live. But
Well,
I like a pub or an inn or somewhere frequented by the dwarven populace.
there might have been before I was a kid. There used to be a bit of an active mine going on.
Rothdar, remember, he's not 300 years old.
Yeah, I always forget. Like, well, I mean that
You're
makes
an
sense
old man.
with Trofman because like his sense of time is so skewed.
Yeah, for
He's
the
so old.
record, I know I'm pretty fucking handsome and young looking for my age, but I've not lived that long, mate.
You don't look a day over 150, Vincent.
Well, I don't know what that translates to dwarven years, but I'm the equivalent of a 30-year-old, I guess.
You're about 100 and a bit, dwarf.
Hey, I could probably
150 maybe.
if I was a little bit shorter and a bit stouter, I could probably pass off as a pretty good dwarf then.
Just about.
he's
I mean,
human,
you got,
right?
He's
Or
human,
is he
yeah.
halfway?
What's
He's
No, he's
human.
human.
Okay.
What's Vincent's facial hair situation?
It's a goatee.
I mean, if you grow those pubesy coloured beard on your face, you might stand a better chance.
Good point. Probably not worth it. But at the very least, I know just from what my grandpap said, there used to be a much bigger dwarven presence until one of the local mines ran out of ore. But that was like 50 years ago.
Right, okay.
Or was it 50? No, I think it was more than that.
So where was that mine then?
No, it's about an hour away from the city. Completely abandoned. They didn't bother doing anything to it.
You should check that out.
Right.
What was it called?
I don't remember the name of it. It's just the abandoned mine now.
Like, just call it abandoned mine.
Yeah.
It might be worth.
Fuck all, call it.
I guess we could maybe check it out like
Okay.
tomorrow or something.
Why does it all back to mines?
It's just a Dwarven whalers.
Well, we don't even know if it's there. It could be anywhere.
I'm sure that we can find something, an old map or something.
You'd hope so. So, the other bit about Dwarven Temples, you ain't gonna get much luck in the Gilded Circle. The only one I could guess is maybe someone who's been here long enough. Fuck, is the old bastard still alive? Father Altrust is, and that's a name you know, Nemesis. He is the leader of the Church of Tyr. Don't know if the bastard's still alive. He's bleeding ancient. He'd know about the temples.
Well, Norian seemed pretty sure that there's no Wardens might not be around here, I guess I should say. So
yeah, I know. It's just you were asking about Dwarven Temples, and there's your answer if you want to know about the Dwarven Temples.
Yeah.
He would probably be the one to ask about those, though, since he is like looking over what used to be those buildings.
So yeah,
He sounds like a safe bet.
worth an ask, I guess.
Yeah, though, just so you know, I ain't got any heft this side of the circle outside of this building.
Indeed,
We tend to make our own heft where we go.
Aye.
Yeah,
So
or we can ask.
we may be
Norian.
able to convince those.
I mean, to be fair, neither do we, so...
I wouldn't say that, and looks at Nemesis.
Nem's just like
I just saw
not happy
Peach's
about like
picture.
the head of Tyr.
Then looks like you shouldn't have gotten rid of the old haircut then.
I don't think that would help. I have a very, very recognizable face.
Yeah, you know, I can think of a way to fix that, but, probably not here.
Aye, the blood will get everywhere.
I wasn't going with blood there, but okay. Shall we head to the residential place then?
Yes, please.
Alright.
So yeah,
And, he leads you out. He walks you a bit down. As he kind of like makes a turn, he actually like trips up. Someone just like lands like, oh shit. Okay. Right. So, Nemesis, you said you're worried about like your face and such.
Yes.
Right. Do you trust me?
Never trust a snake.
Listen, Vincent, I trust you, but when you say things like that...
No. And he like gently like just places his hands on your face. Like, don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything bad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know how I know that? Because I've already done it. He just gently pats you on the side of the face. As he pulls his hands away, you kind of like feel something like on your face. And you all look at Nemesis and you just see her face has now got dirt on it.
Oh wow, get wrecked.
Oh wow.
There we go. That should sort it.
And I look at
Vincent.
and I look over to Nemesis. Go, oh, Morian's mercy. There's a poor 6 feet urchin. Hold on, let me give you a. Let me get. Here you go. Here's a copper. Go and get yourself a nice meal, okay?
Oh no.
Nem just like glares at Vincent.
He's just
Get
like
my revenge.
he's just walking. He's just walking ahead.
Fucking ass. Fucking follow,
Alright.
I guess. Like,
So who's staying with Norium as well, just to check?
I is.
Okay. Make either an investigation or history check. And what is that you're particularly reading up on?
I'm looking at like history. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be reading for, but I'm looking literally for like mentions of like the Wardens or mentions of burnings.
Okay, history check then, probably better.
Yeah, and I think it was like the connections of the Thalos and like Nemesi's mom to some of this stuff, because they sort of had similar like racist intents.
Okay,
so
make two separate checks then. Investigation and a history check. The investigation for the connection, the history check for just about the Wardens.
I am the world's greatest detective.
Okay.
Not bad, actually.
Okay, so you spend your time reading about the Wardens. Being a more dwarven concept, it is not, although not dissimilar to the Paladins of Jurhan, you're able to read up about how these Wardens were essentially almost like curators, so like religious curators. Reading up on the history, with Norium helping at the same time, obviously, it does mention that some of the religious institutions, one of them was the Wardens of the Worldhammer. It gets up to about 80 years ago, when you can see there was a change in the status, which was where the Wardens were essentially put down as forbidden to work in Ulmandow. And as you keep reading, you can see a bit more in regards to the temples dedicated to Morion being destroyed because of the Wardens. Though Nori at one point says, "Oh, that's just the public explanation for it. Private one was just because Mother wanted more stuff to tear."
I'd assume so.
In regards to the connection between the Fallows and such, obviously this is very, deep secret information. Unfortunately, Norium didn't roll very high either. So you do struggle, though.
You're supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah, he rolled a 5 on investigation.
He's still a fellow.
God.
He rolled a 5 in investigation,
He's still a
and he's not proficient in investigation.
Yeah, he's not.
Behold, world's greatest detective coming to help.
Fucking, he can read anything. Why can't he read this?
So you can't find really any connection, but you do read about increase in kidnappings taking place up until about, let me look at my notes, because I need to find how long it was.
Figure out the timeline.
Actually, as only stopped about 15 years ago.
15 or 50?
15, 1-5.
Okay.
So when Nim and Nori were still children.
Yep.
What the hell?
I mean, kidnappings are common around here, so we can't really connect that with the Wardens fully. But given that Spike drops all of a sudden...
Definitely is suspicious.
Well, let's keep looking. Let's see if we've got anything about these kidnappings. Unfortunately, we don't keep very big records on the common folk because of Mother.
I understand.
So we'll have to make do with what we've got.
Indeed we will.
Okay. The rest of you that heading down to residential area. Whereas before you were usually getting the occasional beggar and such as you were making your way through, now you get a few looks just of a group of people, one being a very tall, large person, but they don't pay it too much mind. It's just a case oh, there's a big person there. Okay, that's fine, fair enough. There's no real look of recognition. Hey, that's a fallow.
Yeah.
Am I getting any looks?
You are, but there is the odd Goliath here and there, so it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not just a big strange person. Okay.
No,
How many short beardy boys?
Even though obviously this is a more human-dominated settlement, they're no stranger to the other folk. Okay, if that's the case, I would say. So, what are you all investigating particularly?
Our first idea was to go talk to the Lord's Guard. They might know about general ideas of, possible burnings and kidnapping.
Let's hold off on talking to the Lord's Guard, I think, because they'll be the most likely to
be compromised.
Yeah, and be curious about why we're curious. We don't want to
But I mean,
play our
can we
cards.
explain that away by saying like official fallow business or something?
So next
Maybe,
up would
but
be...
You don't want to.
I don't
think
think
we should.
secret.
I don't think we should compromise their name either.
True.
So, Rothnar's
We're
idea
trying
then?
to-
We'll find a
Let's
tavern?
let's try to find
Tell you
either
what,
a tavern
let's-
or dwarves of some sort that may be old enough to have this
When we go
knowledge.
to talk to that old bloke,
And that is another thing we could do. We could go to the Temple of Tyr and speak to Father Altros.
Well, if that's the case, you'd be heading back past the Gilded Circle.
Yeah, we can do
Oh,
that
yes.
later, even as far as...
Let's do that
Yeah.
once we return back to the Gilded Circle. Then-
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Then-
not sure it's the best tack to, run up to every dwarf in the city and go and scream in their face about them being mutilating murderers. But
That would be like running around being like, "Are you a Nazi?" It's like I'm just dirty.
it's like
like
it's
what do
like,
you mean?
it's like, have you guys played the game Westerado? You know that game? Basically, it's like a Western-style like pixel game
Mhm.
where you have to go around like a whole Western settlement trying to find out who murdered your father, and it can be literally anyone in the game.
Oh
So
yeah, I
it
know what you're
literally
talking about. Yeah.
So
And you
it's
can accuse literally anyone. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's kinda
And so at any time point in the game, you can go up to anybody and go, "It was you!"
And then like duel them, right? You can like duel
Yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Huh,
It's
interesting.
really fun.
All right,
It's a really
let's
good
let's
So,
perhaps not let it slip who we're looking for, but just look for influential dwarves.
I suppose, so there must be like taverns and drinking halls that are like notable dwarven establishments, that date back to when the Wardens were around, surely.
Well, it's worth a try. Alright, I want everyone to make an investigation check then.
Sure.
Well,
Can you roll
everyone
for me?
that's
I'm away
here
from my
in public.
And
Can you roll for me? I'm away from my computer.
Okay.
Hey.
well, that's still Nem. I just was still on
Yeah.
Nori's thing.
Investigation minds like
Those were good rolls for us.
Hey,
Wow.
Holy crap, guys.
Surprised I loaded as well as I did.
as I just
The
continue
first
reading this
walk we see
abomination.
now
That's
turns
a
out to be
tick,
what
okay.
we're doing.
That's
Hey,
What you call it?
the
That's,
dwarf knows the
dwarf.
most, and
Yeah, boy.
and Alicia. Wow,
The
how do you have the best investigation out of all of us?
Who,
Trotner?
me?
Yeah.
Because I've got dwarf sonar.
Yeah.
Did you like...
Also,
There's a tiny detective living in your beard.
To be fair, yeah.
Actually, it's tied with
Um,
Delsin's bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
One of my
That's-
proficiencies is actually investigation.
Yeah.
Is it because for investigating the
Well,
Wardens?
because he
specifically?
was one of these
Exactly.
people, and they were kind of like,
Reaching out heretics and finding
Yeah.
evildoers.
they were
kind
good
of
at like
thing.
looking for people. They were like sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I thought from like a century of living rough, he got good at like finding opportunities and
Yeah, like...
investigating
that makes
stuff
sense.
and like finding safe places to sleep and all that kind of stuff.
Alright. So, yeah, because of that really high investigation from everybody, you're able to find one of the, as mentioned, if there was a dwarven located residential district, it no longer exists, but you do know where it formerly is, and you do know there's an inn that's over there as well, called the Workers' Arms.
Good stuff.
That is an interesting name.
Indeed.
So what's the plan? Are we entering this inn, people? Why are we so quiet?
Well,
I
we're
don't know.
thinking about what to do. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I think we would.
Yeah, because I assume this investigation is just about where dwarfs used to be.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
get to or know where we should be going.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Trotner should take point. If you'd like me to
Yeah.
come with you, perhaps I can be persuasive. Though I don't think we should all pile in at once.
I'll stay outside.
Yes, Gratian and Alicia,
We can
And
go
Fortune.
whenever you two.
or Fortune, you could come with me, perhaps, with us, I should say.
All right.
Oh god, the
Sounds like a
crime
plan.
gang.
Fortune's pretty canny. She'll be good. Although I'm guessing it's quite like a rough part of town.
Yeah, well, the
Or,
entire
I'm
residential
guessing-
area is rather rough.
It's sort of like
yeah.
the poor district.
I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's like
It's
the city's
the
like
ghetto.
I'm guessing the city's like super massive divide between rich and poor.
Yeah.
Like Gilded Circle is bloody gorgeous.
That's the
and then
impression
everything
I
else
got,
is like
yeah.
hideous slums.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking rich people. I'm. I want to kill the rich people.
So
Mullet is like really.
Murder the
He's just
rich.
waiting for the
Murder the
opportunity to do some.
So it's basically Paris. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and I just go like, well, this isn't exactly the safest place in the whole world, especially since you know who you are. Maybe it should be safer inside, away from prying eyes. You know.
Okay, I guess I'll hang out in a corner or something. I'm going to
There
be
you go.
noticeable no matter what.
I suppose, but like,
Why don't you read up on your infernal while waiting for us?
You think you're cute, don't you?
is she?
Oh, I'm very cute.
Roll for cuteness with advantage.
Fine.
Okay, so with a slight smile on his face of old nostalgia of like, yay, another inn, I walk into the Workers' Arms.
Okay. It is a run down shack. Like there's rotten wood. It's very like just whatever they could find, kind of nailed on. The structure seems solid, even though it's mostly woodwork and you're more accustomed to stonework. But it seems a strong enough structure. Inside, it reeks of like vomit and other nasty stuff. It is very run down. And there are a lot of patrons there. They all appear to be, peasants and other lower class people. Mostly humans, but you do see a few like dwarves and elves and such. The bartender you can see is actually a tall, grey-skinned Goliath.
Oh,
Nice.
Goliath bros. And I just take a big whiff of the inside and then just turn around and just go and just go to the group and go like, hope you enjoyed your baths last night, guys. In that case, I will do what I do best: go up to the bar and get a drink.
Okay. So you got a choice between whiskey, ale, or mead.
Oh bloody hell! I'm brewing my own ale,
Such a
so
tough decision.
it is. It really is.
Really?
I will
Scratch his
say,
beard.
because I haven't had it in a long time, I will go for whiskey.
All right, that's 5 copper.
Nice.
Yeah, Volith will go up with him and grab a whiskey as well.
All right, 5 copper.
I lay down 6 copper as a tip.
All right, thanks. Just places 2 rather grimy tankards and just fills it up with some whiskey.
Oh, Jesus. And I guess I just look at Valith and just go like, here we go, and then knock it back.
Yes. Yeah.
It
do the
is
same.
nasty.
Yuck.
Like it is clearly it's clearly not been brewed 100% correctly. It is nasty.
Gross.
It just like burns the back of your throat. Yeah.
And then I look at who else is there? Sorry. Like who else in the bar?
Fortune, I
So
think.
it's okay. So let's go. So I feign that it's delicious, and I look over to Fortune and go, "Hey, lass, you got to try this. It's fucking fantastic."
I don't trust you. I never trust you.
Come on, lass. There's one thing I know it's good at. It's good alcohol, and trust me, this is great.
Can I insight check him?
Sure. Make a deception check, Trofnar.
It's like the first time I've used this. Deception.
You can maybe beat it.
Oh god, your mic is fucking around there, Bowen.
Oh, is it?
Making
Yeah,
static.
Maybe,
It feels a bit fucky wacky, yeah.
maybe the connection is a little finicky. Does it sound better now?
Floriana has glitched into another realm.
You get the
Time
feeling.
Time magic!
You get the
I can't
feeling
believe
that he's not
Floriana's
telling the
fucking dead.
truth.
Sorry, I'm dead.
Oh no. But yeah, no, you get the feeling that Trofnar's talking a bunch of shit.
Alright, I'll have one if you drink 2 more.
You know what? I'm okay. Since
Oh, but I
since,
thought it was so great, Trothnar. Don't you want more if it's
But
that
it's-
good?
but it's like
Come
a
on,
one
I'll
and
even
done
buy
thing,
it for you. 3 more drinks, please.
Alright. Just fills up the last 3.
Here you go, Trothnar. 2 for you.
Trothnar's going to be swimming in it, and by the way. He's just
What's
going to be...
Who's the third going to? Her.
You're getting 2.
I just whisper Dwarvish, I fucking hate you, and then I just go down, get the other one down.
Okay, you actually sort of feel your stomach turn at it because it's just...
Time for
Are there any plants near here?
No.
Damn it. Pots.
Yeah, there's some pots.
Would Fortune be able to use deception to do that stupid goes to drink the thing but actually throws it in whatever's behind her?
Make a deception check, and Trofnar make a deception check, I guess.
Oh my god! If I for God's sake, if I
Would it be a sleight of hand check?
no.
Probably about the same.
But
What's that?
sleight of hand would be a little bit less, but still, that's enough.
She pulled an
Yeah.
Yzma. God damn it!
Should I do sleight of hand as well?
Sure.
So
Why am I this? Oh, Trofnar, you poor.
why are you
You
so
poor
dumb?
innocent. You poor innocent soul, Trofnar.
Yep,
You're
so you're just able
terrible at
to
lying, and
very
you can't
quickly...
figure out when
Innocent soul.
someone's- No, like he's bad at lying, and he can't figure out when someone's lying to him. He's just like the world is wonderful and no one lies. Gosh.
Yep, so you're able to... It looks like you downed it, when in actuality you just basically sort of threw it into a
Just
pot
like-
nearby.
Behind your head, over your shoulder.
I think
Just
I'll.
splashes on the floor and mix with the rest of the vile mess
Yeah.
on the floor.
I think I'll.
Nobody
I
will
think I'll
really
come.
notice.
I think
Just
I'll
a-
come
just-
in. Maybe I'll come in.
You're
and-
outside, keep with them.
Oh, I can't
Just-
go inside.
Well, you don't know what's going on the inside. You're just waiting for us.
I know. I was just curious.
It's not
I
like
wanted to
you're.
see- I know.
No.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like sitting
Yeah.
like in a corner table or
Everybody,
something.
we have to keep the
just
party
like
at least some level of like evenness, or else we.
Mm-hmm.
I just
You
like the
probably
idea of Fortune goes to drink it, and then before she drinks it, she just goes Warden, and I turn around and go where? She just puts it in the thing.
I'll speak to the bartender and sorry about my friends. They're an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
Do you huh, sorry. I've been sitting here just trying to think of a way to like stop, get to what we're trying to talk about. Do you get many dwarves in here like him?
Yeah, we got a few there. Just points to a couple of dwarves that are on the side. So let's put that music on instead.
We're actually here on some level of business. We're looking for some people.
Yeah.
They are well, Trothnar.
What? Who said that?
I know you may be
Hold on, I need to quickly roll Constitution check.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's
so
see
roll
the
it with
effect-
advantage because you've got resistance to poison, right?
For dwarves, yeah, we do have resistance to poison.
Yeah. I
Hold
don't
on,
know if
where?
it's resistance or if it's just advantage on poison stuff, but yeah, it's the same.
You have resistance against poison damage, and I have advantage on saving throws against poison. So, I'll just roll for Constitution. Bah.
Oh, nice.
There you go, 24.
Yep, no problem.
Like in our session.
You've had worse.
Yeah, I honestly have.
Trothnar, we're what were they called again? I know perfectly well, but the people we are looking for.
You know what? And I'm literally staring fucking daggers at Valeth, and let's go. You know what? I can't remember.
Well, perhaps somebody here may know. Is there anyone that comes in frequently that is a dwarf? That
He just slowly points to the dwarfs before.
Been here for quite a while.
Oh, it's a while.
Like back when the latest. We never learned what Nemesis' mum's name is, do we?
Nope.
Nope, never learned it.
Fuck, when
Yeah, we do. It's the she-demon.
Like, you know, back when...
Her name is Satan.
You got any dwarves?
Oh my.
She who shall not be named.
You know, any dwarves you might be old enough to remember, you know, the time when, before
when the Temples of Morian were still around.
Oh my god.
He just slowly points to the dwarfs that are just over on the side again.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Like,
and I'll give him a couple copper.
All right.
Oh, this poor guy wants nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
He's
that's
really
fine with
you
me.
guys.
There's some dwarves in here, and maybe we should speak to them.
It's like he's an actual bartender. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's deals with shitheads all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like I don't fucking know. I just serve drinks. Okay. In that case.
No, before we actually go over that, sorry about that, Trothnar. I was unsure of myself.
Yeah. I'm a fucking idiot. Valeth. You forget.
Tried.
Occasionally, yes, I suppose I am.
You forget that these bastards have been hiding here for over 100 years, and if they find out who I am, all of us get burned alive. You understand?
If they find out who we are, and come for us, then at least we'll have a lead. I'm confident
Be nice
that
to him. He's
we'll
a
not-
moron.
we won't burn so easy.
I don't know. You know what? With that new fancy hammer I've got, you know, the one that's engulfed in flame, I might just try to see how flammable you are next time we're back at the manor.
I'd be more than happy with that, Trothnar. Sounds like it would be fun.
Just fucking try being a bit subtle, then, okay? Not asking for much, just be a bit artful, keep your fat gob shite, okay? Just from the looks of them, can I roll, like, what would be, like, the roll for, like, just trying to read just from face value or, like, body language these dwarves? Would that be insight or perception?
Yeah,
It'd be insight, yeah. So what are you trying to...
Okay.
So you're just checking the body language in regards to
Yeah,
what?
I'm basically, like, just trying to figure out, like, what kind of guy... Yeah, disposition, that's it. Like, what kind of guys they are, you know.
Alright, go ahead.
Man. Anyone helping with this?
This would be probably you solo on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I could also do it if you
You
would
could
like.
also do an insight check if you wish.
-2. Oh, I got a actually rolled really good.
Nice, good job.
You rolled a 19, you fuck.
I did it. It was very good.
Versus your natural 1.
Yeah.
They seem pretty deep in their cups already.
Alrighty, well. I think we'll walk forward, me and Trotner, at the very least. And, hello, my friends. Do you mind if we sit with you?
What? They want to see if we want to fucking sit with them. What for what? Whatever. Yeah, sure.
Hey, Tom, I guess since we all are in the tavern but scattered,
You guys are outside the tavern.
I think at some point we went in. This is what we were doing. We're just talking.
Okay, you can't just assume that.
Yeah, you guys were
specifically
outside
say it.
waiting for us because we didn't all want to go in there at once and make a scene.
The only people in there right now are Valeth, Trotner, Fortune, and Nemesis. And Nemesis is off to the side too.
I didn't realize Nemesis was in here too. But you're just
Trotner told her to come inside. Remember?
Okay. Sorry, I missed that one.
And Vincent is outside as well.
Me, Vincent, me and Vincent, and they're outside.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting our group's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That's why we can't go everywhere all at once, because it'll be who are about all these assholes? This colorful.
Yeah, we're
assortment of
basically
fools.
we're like an army now, basically. and so I go.
Yeah, we'll sit down.
Yeah, I should before I sit, I go. You know what, lads? What you drinking? I'll get you another round.
Bunch of bullshit we're drinking. Yeah, bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Why is it? The ale not very good here, lads.
Shit. Shit.
And I look over to Valeth and say, we should have brought Milo.
We should have. You're right. Though I don't think that he's quite ready yet.
No. True.
It's mostly just a barrel of dirty water.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. At this point, yeah, it hasn't properly brewed yet, I guess. But I really should be checking that. I just go. What should we get? Should we get them some more shit drinks?
Yeah. Yes.
I go. Alright, so.
You grab the drinks, and I'll just.
Ale or mead, lads? What do you fancy?
I'll have an ale. I'll have a mead.
Okay, ale and a mead. And so yeah, I go over to the bar and ask for an ale and a mead.
Okay, so the price for those. Once it helps I wasn't just clicking off things.
Imagine it costs a lot. This is garbage.
2 copper and for the mead, 3 copper for the ale.
I haven't got any copper. What's the conversion rate between what's how?
It's a decimal system, so it's.
Oh, okay. So what? It's 10 copper.
Yeah, for 10 copper and a silver, 10 silver and a gold.
I hand over one silver.
All right.
And tell him to keep the change.
All right. Just places the two tankards.
Yeah, and then I just pick up the 2 tankards, the fucking disgusting, grim, dirty bathwater tankards, and I saunter back over to the table with these very surly dwarves.
They just
or just dwarves.
Yeah. So they just grab the drinks and just begin just drinking again. So what are you wanting?
Yeah, we're new in town. We haven't been here for a while, but last time I heard, there at least was a decent dwarf population. What happened to them all?
Oh. They just kind of look at each other. Bitch up on the top was decided they didn't need us. Said the mine don't work no more.
Is that what you lads used to do? You miners?
Aye. Well, I used to be. I used to work at a smithery. You can see one of them's got like a brown, just a big bushy brown beard. The one's got a much more slicker, like less tangly up black beard.
Yeah.
And the black beard one says, I used to work at a smithery. That closed down too. Said they didn't need no dwarf smitheries. Humans got it good as is.
Guys, what are these bitch? What are these bitch having against dwarves?
I don't fucking know. Probably something to do with the fucking assholes who started killing people years ago. Why, yeah, I was around when that happened.
Oh god, what were they? Fuck, what those cunts called? Wardens or something, weren't they?
Don't give a shit what they're called.
What do you ever think happened to them? Did they just go away?
Well, the current bitch ain't the one who decided. It was their grandfather, great-grandfather. I don't know. One of them said they ain't welcome here no more. And, that worked fine, and this bitch got involved. Had all the temples destroyed, and decided, even though we had thought we were getting closer to some new war, decided to close down the fucking mine.
Well, who did? The bitch?
Aye.
So, wait, so she closed down a perfectly good mine just because she hates dwarves?
Nah, the mine was already... This is the back when I was sucking. Mine was already empty at that point. Been empty for like 50, 60 years. Apparently they thought there might be some more somewhere in there, and they did some digging, but just gave up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, it's hard times for you then here, eh?
Been hard times for decades.
There's only shite happening now. Like, any big crime waves or people disappearing or...
It was a bit of a while back, weren't they? Yeah, it was, just a bunch of people went missing, bodies found outside the city, burnt to a crisp. Farmers found them when they were tilling their fields all the time. Yeah, it stopped though. The burning part, yeah.
People still go missing, though.
People go missing all the time. Anyone's here wanting to get a quick book on something. You know, you got them people thinking that magic shit needing bones and blood, and people think that dwarves have got like some innate strength, think we could be a replacement for giants or some shit like that.
That's bullshit. What do you think? That we're all fucking Goliath who decided to stop growing one day? That's some bullshit.
It's what's
Bill,
it that Clyde
Trotner, I
said?
think you're all far too hairy for that.
What was it that Clyde said? It said something about maybe a replacement for hill giants or something like that. Yeah, but we're like the fucking opposite then, ain't we? Hey, it's Clyde, he's a fucking idiot.
Well, I'll telepathically talk to Trotnar. Do you think that these guys really have anything? 'Cause I think they might just be sad dwarves.
I can't respond to him, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I thought like both of us had telepathy.
Yeah, it's like
to talk to each
telepathy,
other.
right? I can just...
So I can talk back to him.
Yeah, I can open up the connection and then we can like communicate that way.
Okay. I just think I don't know, lad. Most dwarves are sad drunks, aren't they? To be honest. So I don't know if people going missing is that much of a leave. I mean, let's be honest, like, this part of town, this kind of place, I guess, people go missing all the time, but no one gives a fuck, do they?
No, they usually don't. With the poor, the downtrodden.
But the people turning up burnt to a crisp outside town's quite...
No, that's certainly what we're looking for.
So, lads, sorry, I didn't... go back to the folks you found turned to ash. When was this?
How long was it? It was happening all the time. Like, well, at least I got here. And when you stop, 10 years ago, maybe 15, fuck, I don't know. A while ago. Yeah, a while ago for humans. Yeah, humans, yeah. Happened, stopped a while ago. People can't go missing, but, burning stuff was about 10, 15, 20,
and
fuck, I don't know.
No reason for this. No reason for it to stop.
Nope.
Maybe they just got bored.
I don't know.
Well.
Alright, lads. Still, thanks for the info, and hope you lads do well, alright? It's hard for all of us at the moment.
Yeah, I'll leave each of them a couple gold pieces. How many of them at the table?
How many dwarves? There's only the 2.
Only the 2? I'll leave them, I need to give them an even number, but I can't because I don't want to get. It's fucking Peach's fault. She's done this to me. No, I'll just leave a gold on the table each for them.
Yeah, you place a gold each, a bit look at it. They kind of look up, and then they begin scrambling for the other ones.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it uneven because that's what I was prepared for. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, as you leave, they're starting a drunken fight over the gold.
Yeah, fuck. And that's okay, whatever.
How loud is it? Can we start hearing a fight outside?
Oh yeah, no, you just start hearing a bunch of yelling and such.
And then I'm guessing we just back out and just.
I think we just leave the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make eye contact with Nemesis and Fortune in the corner.
While the bluegrass music starts up in the background, it's not.
Yeah. Yakety sax starts playing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go. That was interesting.
What's with the yelling?
No, just
This lad started being generous. Started killing each other over 2 gold.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that much.
I think maybe I overdid it.
Possibly.
Sorry, Trotnar. I didn't mean to be a hindrance to you, but
it's alright.
I thought it was a good lead, but it seems that most of this
was a good lead, mate. To be fair, coming here was my idea. It's just I don't want you blurting out who I am and what I'm doing. Okay?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Especially because even if we come across someone who's involved with them, that's one thing. But if it comes out that I used to be one of them, that I'm lynching target 101, lad. So
once again, I think you're strong enough to not be taken that easily. I understand you're afraid, Trotnar, but that's why you have us.
I don't doubt that I could beat them in a fight. I just don't want to have one in the first place, okay?
We're going to have to fight them eventually, I don't think this is going to go over very cleanly.
I think
eventually there will be blood.
I think the other problem with it, though, is that, if the normal people, the non-Wardens, figure out that...
Yes, that's...
Considering what happened in Bagofholding.
Aye. There are gonna be still a couple dwarves dotted around who lost loved ones to the Wardens, okay? And if they think I'm one of them...
If it comes to that, then we can talk our way out of it.
Hopefully.
I'd rather not have to do that at all, okay?
But we do know that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm just forgetting or crossing some thoughts tick. But were we told that from the Norium and whatnot that it was her Nemesis' mother's grandfather or great grandfather that like enacted some of those like shunned the Wardens or whatever, like they basically
so it was the great-grandfather who basically blacklisted the Wardens.
Yeah.
But the destruction of the temples...
that I've been muted near this whole time.
Yep.
Oh god.
Okay. But the destruction of the temples to Morium were done by Nemesis' mother.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got more info about the mine. Closed down 50 years ago, even though they thought there might be some ore, and they started digging and then stopped one day. That's a bit strikes me.
I think that mine is perhaps a good place to check out, even if it's empty. Well, if it's empty, it'll answer that. But if I was a rogue group of cultists, an abandoned mine that no one wants to investigate is probably a good place to set up shop.
You know, you really do have a flair for the dramatic.
I do.
I think he's right, though. It's definitely the most suspicious place.
There's just one small problem with that mine.
Heavily guarded?
No.
Caved in?
Filled with creatures?
Yes and yes. The mine's been abandoned for years, it ain't been maintained, odds are a lot of tunnels have collapsed. In addition, monsters probably came in there, probably tunneled some more, probably caused more cave-ins. And the lower areas aren't very well mapped.
Perfect place to hide.
I'm not sure if this is like
map makers.
Tom trying to dissuade us from going to pointless mines.
This makes me want to go there.
This is Vincent. Yeah. This is just Vincent. This is Vincent saying as it is.
Yeah.
I think that is a good point, though, Vincent. Even if it's not mapped very well, we could perhaps find a map to it and then have some information if we do check it out.
That'd probably be Norium you're asking for.
We'll speak to him when we get back. Did we want to speak to the Lord's Guard here about this?
I know a few people, if you want.
I suppose it can. You don't happen to know, like, someone higher up, like when they come out, like local garrison commanders, or?
From what we know of you, from what I've heard of you so far, Vincent, you might be in trouble if we speak to someone like that.
I mean, let's get one thing clear. I may wear the armor, but I'm not actually a Lord's Guard.
No.
I am a guard assigned
wolf in sheep's clothing, it seems.
No, I'm a guard assigned to the Fallow Manor. It's just they're all issued with Lord's Guard armor.
Right.
Interesting.
Fair enough. Okay. Also, like they say, some people about their life, but they're saying people still disappear all the time.
Yes, I think that might just be Nemesis' mother's doing, though.
I think it's more of just an overall crime problem.
Yes, that's
exactly. It's kind of.
Is there any notable criminal element here, gangs or anything like that?
I mean, there's gangs, but they're not.
Keep
in mind, as I said, I don't currently know any criminal underworlds. But if I were a man that did know about criminal underworlds...
Yes, exactly.
I would say that probably they would be... They'd be fighting over scraps, so I don't think they'd be able to manage much.
No large, organized criminal underworld.
If I knew any, I probably would say no.
All right, of course. If you knew anything.
Okay, so we have this doctor that we can look at. Some of the Lord's Guard, this mine, and then the I don't know. Is it like a high priest or something up here?
Father Ultras. He's the leader of the Church.
What was the doctor? Did I just miss something completely?
Yeah, who is it? Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi? Which one?
Shut up. I'm serious. I didn't know. What doctor are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know a doctor.
I thought Dom's talking about a dwarven doctor named.
I think he's talking about a different
Rickthefun.
thing and making a connection to this.
I thought I heard you guys mention a doctor.
No, I didn't hear anything. Tick?
No, neither.
Yeah.
Tick's like, I don't know what anybody's talking about. You're all fools.
I thought maybe it was like, maybe I just don't remember the names again.
We all got the same shit.
Like,
The Mandela effect has kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah, so
reality is broken.
I mean, we
No,
do have something to like follow up on. I suppose we can investigate the burning murders kind of thing from like 50 years ago.
Yeah, that we could just ask about that. Trothnor, how much should we go to the Lord's Gardens, speak to them as though we are hunting the Wardens ourselves, or not bring them up at all? One way or another, we'll have to inquire with some level of...
I think...
If you want to speak to the Lord's God, you best leave that one to me.
Well, we should... Those kind of lies will have truth, after all. I think we should say...
Yes.
We're investigating disappearances and murderers, and murderers in the residential districts.
Well, because we did just come from Grothfield, and there was burnings happening there. So
exactly, we could just say we're investigating deaths and immolations, and wondering if there was it extended past Grothfield.
yes, that's good.
Make no mention, and I literally look at everyone in the eye. Make no mention of the Wardens, okay? We're just investigating.
Well.
We're just investigating murders that can be connected to what we saw in Grothfield, okay?
Sounds good enough.
Right.
Do you have that, Vincent? If you're going to be the one to speak to them.
Yeah, I mean, I can make the introductions.
Oh, very well. Let's
Vincent.
let's do that then.
All right. Just thinking who would be on watch today. Julie. That's one that's probably on. Right. She would be. All right, this way. Yeah, and he leads you a bit further south of the city. Into this one, like it's all run down, but it's less so. You see there's a just sort of like a Lord Guard just standing near one of the water pumps where people are just getting water and such.
Yeah.
And as he gets near, he says, "All right, wait here a second. Let me do my thing."
Just starts dancing.
He walks up to the Lord's Guard, and this Lord's Guard is fully armored, helmet on, and everything, so you can't see their face. And he just sort of talking. They talk for a few minutes, and I'll just quickly roll. Okay. Are you guys anticipating something there with that?
Mm-hmm. We want to listen in?
If you want to listen in, make a perception check.
Might as well.
I'll be right back. Not that Nem is gonna go up and say anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a listen.
Okay, let me just switch to town. That is
Yeah,
that
boy.
is the wrong music. That is the right music. Alright, so the two of you here, it's like, "Hey, Jules, you busy?" "What is it, Vincent?" "Right, so this is really way out of left field, I know this, but I've got a few friends who are searching about because of some burnings that happened in Grothfield." "Wait, there's burnings happening in Grothfield?" It was years ago, apparently, and they're chasing up about it." "Well, if it happened years ago, why the fuck are they here?"
It's a fair question.
It's complicated. But you remember you keep telling me how there was the occasional report of a body being found, yeah? Yeah? And they were burned to a crisp, yeah? Yeah? That's what they're searching for. Right, well that's not happened for years. I know that, but do you have anything about it? Vincent, are you trying to get information from me? I might be. And let's just see how he does with persuasion. Look, Vincent, I can't tell you this. Well, okay, no. Maybe not me. How about the people that are hunting the people? I can't tell them either. They're not Lord's Guard. Look. They're trying their damnedest to wrong or right here. Maybe.
Can I roll? I'm just going to roll perception to see if I hear this, because if so, I'm going to try to telepathically speak. No,
7.
No, you don't hear shit. Never mind.
Look.
Vala should not try and speak to people in their minds. That's a bad idea.
No. I will. I'll do it.
It'd be funny if, like, what happened is like, oh...
Everybody freaks out. It makes me upset. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, because you're a big, terrifying Goliath. He doesn't sleep and speaks into people's minds. Of course we're terrified.
Look, if I told you, what would I owe you? What do you mean, what do I owe you? Look, I'm willing to give you a favor if you just help me out. Help old Vincent out.
V-Man. V-Dog.
Oh, he still rolled shit on his persuasion.
Vincent.
The answer
no wonder
is...
hide muscle.
The answer is no, Vincent.
He's a rogue, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. He's rolled a 5 and a 6.
Ugh. That's ugly.
Right. Okay. Answer me at least this one. Have you had any recently? No. Go away, Vincent.
Oh.
Right. Okay. All right. He just kind of turns around and he just like rubs the back of his neck. That didn't go too well.
Well,
no.
they raised their voice right at the end and he turned away. Yeah.
Yeah. So Julie does not want to tell me anything. The only thing I got from her is that it ain't happened recently.
All right.
Would you like to try again and say perhaps that one of the fallow children is asking us to look into this?
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
We could even suggest it's not the children, but her mother.
Let me say, hey, this is a fallow. She pays your paychecks.
So there's a problem with that. The reason why this is working is because they don't know that I'm doing anything for the fallows. The second they figure that out, I've lost a link of information.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
about what I
suppose.
Not to mention, why the fuck would Matriarch Fallow ask me to ask her? Could have just summoned her to him directly.
Because that's annoying. She's working with important people. Why would she do that when she can just have the staff do it? Because she's rich and annoying as fuck.
And perhaps she's just trying to work under board. Doesn't want anything to be...
Regardless, I imagine, considering the state of the town, they don't like it.
No, I'm guessing a fallow hasn't left the Gilded Circle in about 100 years.
Not by foot. Although, actually, no. Someone has left the Gilded Circle on foot.
Okay, apart from them.
Who says I was talking about Nem?
Oh, sorry.
Norium as well.
Yeah, Norium's gone out. I've seen him leave the Gilded Circle. Never followed him afterwards, though. Can't. My job and all that.
We could always try and ask the Plane Hunters.
Yes, is there a Plane Hunters Guild here?
Oh, of course,
There isn't much of one, but yeah.
I mean...
You haven't checked out that place yet. That's surprising of us. Normally we go there immediately and we're like, what's up?
Yeah, we haven't annoyed them yet.
What's up, NPC? Got any quests? Yeah.
If you're looking for the Plane Hunters, you're gonna be
Look for the pigeons, we know.
You're not gonna see many of them either.
Follow the buzzer.
No pigeons?
They got a handful, but... Look. Clearly, no one's told you, but the Fallows really fucking hate things that aren't in their control.
Start getting that idea.
So there is one.
Did I get bone meal from punching a salmon?
But, it's pretty much a shack.
Are you okay, Anna?
I think
Yes, I'm okay. Why do you ask?
That was a very strange thing to say out of context.
She's Animal Crossing, probably.
Or
Minecraft. I punched a salmon to get salmon meat, and I got bone meal from it.
I mean, salmon have bones.
Yeah, but why would I get bone meal from punching a salmon? That doesn't happen normally.
Alrighty. Anyways.
Well,
it's worth a stop by at least. We are plane hunters after all.
True.
All right.
And they might have some work.
Don't hold your breath on that one, love.
You'll turn purple if you do that, Fortune.
Somebody gets the knife tonight. I don't know if it's going to be the one that did call me love or the one that just made that joke.
You can't. Unfortunately, you can't jump me in the middle of the night and throw me in the lake, as it's hard to catch me sleeping.
Who said anything about throwing you in the lake?
And Gemma would be pretty pissed if you stabbed me.
I love the idea of Valeth, like, feigning, like, the fact that he couldn't do anything. Just like, oh no, you caught me asleep. What am I gonna do?
Or just you walk into a sleeping Valeth and then you try to grab him and it's just an illusion and he walks up from the shadows behind you. It's like, hello, everybody.
And you wonder why we're scared of him.
Found dead from a heart attack because of Valeth.
Valeth.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, yeah. Take us to the plane hunter's shack then, Vincent.
To the shack.
All right.
Can it fit all of us?
Probably not.
Do they sell chicken?
Nope.
Oh, it's not a chicken shack then.
That was a random question to ask.
You keep chickens in shacks?
No, there used to be a place over in Lesdor called Chicken Shack. They sold chicken. It was pretty good.
Heard about that.
Yeah, nice.
We'll have to, if we ever find ourselves there, then we'll have to have some chicken.
Right.
I swear to God, if we divert the main quest to go to Lesdor to get fried chicken.
Look, we need to go to Lesdor anyway, because we need to get Delsin back as
This is not really related to our current quest, but after we speak to go to the Plane Hunters Guild, it might be nice to find somewhere with a teleportation circle here.
Oh, you're flat out of luck on that one.
No, nothing in that.
Remember what I said about the fellows wanting to have control and everything?
I sort of thought so, but
you'd have to speak to the Regent, and I'm fairly sure Nemesis don't want to be anywhere near that.
No, but it's possible Norium. He's a smart fellow.
Yeah, but teleportation magic isn't his thing.
All right. It was only a thought.
I'm surprised when she wrote down the Temple of Mori and she temples to herself.
That probably would have been a bad idea. I'm honestly surprised you didn't build temples to Nemesis, if I'm quite frank.
True.
Is Peach like dead? What's up with Peach? She's muted.
She's BRB. Yeah.
She would be right back.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing she is dealing with Loki or the kids or something.
Why not both?
Probably both, yeah.
Why not both?
Cliff.
Yeah, so do we make it to the Plane Hunters Guild then?
Yeah. It is quite literally like just a shed.
We knock. We'll knock on the door of this shed.
The door just falls in.
No, the door opens, thankfully. So looking inside, you can see it's a little bit spacious. There's not a whole lot there. There's just like there's a small like little bench. Basically, that's the only bit of furniture and the bar and the actual counter. Sitting behind it, you can just see what appears to be like a proper rotund human lady with really puffy white hair. She's wearing a compared to like the rest of the grime, a rather large, like well clean pink dress.
Okay, I'm back. I have hiccups.
Yay!
We're at a pigeon shack.
You missed world building.
It's not even a pit. There's not even a pigeon shack.
Okay.
As you open, she looks up and you just see a big smile. Like, oh yes, come in. Welcome to the Plane Hunters, dear. Are you all? Oh, there is a lot of you here. Are you wanting to sign up? I have to warn you, it's very dangerous.
We are actually already plane hunters.
Are you?
Yes.
Do we have any certification that we're actually plains hunters besides the orbs? Do we still have any orbs left?
Yes, you do.
We do, and they have us in records.
Yeah.
I think
I thought we had something that was like a sign of like a badge, not necessarily a badge, but I thought there was something that we had.
It's the orb.
Yeah, was.
It's the orb. It's just the orb. Okay.
It's the
That
orb.
wasn't anything that I ever had.
I have the signal orb. I'll take it out.
What did Valith have, Fortune?
Did Valith ever actually sign up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I didn't know.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I think it was in Platinum Hold, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So he.
I was a replacement.
It was before Platinum Hold.
So she.
Well, I was from Platinum Hold. I couldn't be before Platinum Hold. Anyways.
No, I meant we signed up for it.
Yeah, you guys did.
We signed up for it.
Anyways.
Yeah. So she grabs the signal orb and just kind of like places it on pedestal. The god's headache. Yes. Okay. Here you go. Yes. So, wow. I would have thought you'd be better equipped than this. Especially given your record of successful hunts. Hard times, or...
We're just taking a stroll.
Oh, okay, well...
Yeah, we don't need to... There's no point,
Don't really want to carry around a bunch
your
of...
kit,
Yeah, full armor, battle axes, warhammers, kind of...
You trip, somebody loses an eye, you get chased out of town. We're not looking for that.
Of course, well, my name is Marine. I am the hostess for the Ulmandow section of the Plane Hunters.
Platinum Hunt?
Yeah, apologies, a bit of tongue, dear.
That's fine.
Well, seems like... No, it's like... Well, it seems like...
Don't on me, I'm not a baby.
It seems like you're a branch here full on hard time for us.
Oh, it's always been like this, The fellows aren't very keen on us Plane Hunters.
No, they're not keen on much, are they?
I will not say anything about the Fallow family. Just that they are not very keen on Plane Hunters.
Well,
how much would I have to pay you to get more information on dirt?
I don't have any dirt. What are you on about?
I think.
Well, we are here.
Like dirt beneath our feet.
We are here for a reason. Following up on some leads from Grothfield, where we were recently.
Yes.
There's been a series of burnings that have occurred, and we're just curious as to some of their nature. We have tracked some of it down. Apparently, there have been burnings here in the past 15 years and disappearances, and thought maybe you would have some information.
We don't have.
I know it's not exactly recent, but
not only that, I'm not too sure if it'd be really Plane Hunter business. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have a few old records of suspected cases. Many people believed it was a demon or a fire elemental that for some reason began taking things away.
Well, it's not exactly that this is Plane Hunter business, it's that we have a personal investment in these sorts of things.
And we know that usually you guys have like eyes and ears everywhere. So...
Not here, I'm afraid.
What the? I don't fucking get these fellow dickheads. Like the Plane Hunters, like, are so goddamn useful. Like they just, for no pay to the state, they just go and get rid of monsters and keep the roads safe.
The Plane Hunters, they undermine the church.
Exactly.
They undermine the church.
So, I might as well explain how it works here, at the very least.
Yeah, we're not from here. So.
As you're aware, with Plane Hunters, usually they come to us with a job. We then offer it to Plane Hunters. They take the job and they succeed or they die trying. Over here, we get a job. It's then decided if the Paladins, the Lord's Guard, or the Plane Hunters get the job. And 9 times out of 10, it goes to the Paladins or the Lord's Guard.
I see. Well, there wouldn't happen to be any...
of jobs, right?
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't have any jobs available. The last one has been taken by the paladins.
Well, what was it then? Can you say that much?
If I remember correctly, it was rampaging giants to the north.
Okay. That is... Seems like a good way of getting dead paladins, that does.
I'm honestly surprised that they still gave that order. I heard that a great many of paladins ended up dying in Platinumhold. A whole battalion, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe we heard of that.
We happened to be in Platinumhold at the time. Messy business from what we had.
Yes, I heard only Quan and maybe one or two others made it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, apparently, Quan straight up resigned.
Yes.
Alright.
Fucking damn it.
So, you haven't had anything suspicious or disappearances with any patterns or anyone turning up back to a crest spawn?
Within the city? Not for a few years. I've heard people going missing. A bit more from other plane hunters, but not in this area.
What kind of people going missing?
Anybody and everything, apparently.
So random, no pattern or...
No pattern, no rhyme of reason. Oh well, the location is, and apparently this only started happening a few weeks ago, is near Exeter.
Wait. Exeter?
These were just disappearances?
Just disappearances. Apparently the first victims were a group of Lord's Guard. In fact, it was actually announced by the Criers at one point. They were found completely drained of all their fluids. Just husks.
Oh.
Just sitting there like, ooh, shit.
We fucked up.
We fucked up.
Am I forgetting something? Or
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we? Because that rings a bell, kind of.
I'm pretty sure that's
but
the Simeks, isn't it?
Nope.
I don't think it was Simex. It was
No,
something else, but I think it was something
we
we were.
some random creature by Exeter that we didn't get. And
Yeah,
all
like
the
there was a
bad
session
shit
I
happening.
missed that I thought we were gonna
That
do
was
that,
it, yeah, it
and then
was
I came back, and
Exeter.
then we were dealing with a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess
It
we
was
didn't go
after
do
we
that thing.
saved the little
Yeah,
girl.
it's because we missed them.
Well, yeah, because that's what it was. We got information like that session that I wasn't there that the little
Yeah,
girl
was
was
it,
missing,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
we went and
So
that was obviously took priority, and then we did
summoned a
that.
mission, they summoned a demon that got away. Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay.
That was like that's genuinely one of our biggest fuck ups was not getting that demon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I now remember.
Like all in this Plane Hunters Guild, we're all just like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck, oh yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
Weren't they doing a demon something like? Wasn't that actually related to the thing? To the kidnapping too?
They were doing something, and it involved a corrupted
Oh, yeah.
obelisk.
Yeah.
It sounds like the two events are connected.
Alrighty. Well,
Most likely, yes.
I mean, with that,
Well.
there has been a request sent out. It's not been made official. I believe even some of the bigger name plane hunters are being involved in this as well. The Scrappers, the Omegas. They are searching for this, whatever's causing this, because whatever it is clever.
Obviously not just some random monster, but something with intelligence.
Well,
Right.
we believe it's a monster, but a smart one.
Oh boy.
I'm sure the Scrappers and the Omegas will get it handled. They're the best plane hunters we have. Outside of, obviously, Gradimer.
It's all of them just being fucking dead. because of our mistake.
Yeah, they are all dead, surely.
Oh God. Hopefully not. I'd cry. I'm a big fucking baby.
I mean, hopefully not the Omegas.
Yeah, I love the Omegas.
Oh no, technically they were never alive, so they're like rusted.
Well,
listen.
Well, right now it is purely scouting, trying to find a trail, trying to find identification. Once it's been found, I have no doubt that the Omegas and the Scrappers will make quick work of whatever this is. But right now we are just currently in the preliminary phases of finding whatever this is.
I have a small question not relating to this, I suppose. You said that there weren't any jobs available, but I know that an acquaintance of mine recently, or at least he said, that he went on a mission for you.
Do you have a description of this acquaintance? I might be able to, I might remember them from somewhere.
Tall,
he looks like a fucking nerd.
He is commonly seen in robes.
Fucking getting bullied and reading comic books.
Curly, sort of longish hair, glasses?
Yes, yes.
Oh yes, he announced himself quite forthrightly. Do you happen to know his name, don't you? I assume if he's an acquaintance of yours?
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's used an alias or not.
Probably. I'd guess yes.
Unsure. It's possible he's a false name.
If chance of he's a Thallow, he would have used a fake name.
You don't know.
I don't know.
I like to refer to him as
like,
Seaweed
honestly,
Brain.
Norium seems like the kind of guy that would just, like, use his real name. Like, I don't know if he would really be...
Yeah, he doesn't seem the most canny, yeah.
You can always ask.
I could see him using, like, his favorite hero's name from a book as his name there.
Hi, I'm Duck. Howard the Duck, yeah.
You can always ask
well,
her.
my name is Wayne Bruce.
For fuck's sake.
It's like... Yeah. It's like an archer, how every time he makes an alias, it's always called Chet Manley. Yeah.
Listen, can you please just tell me what he was doing?
Oh, yes. So, given how you know the appearance, yes, Lord Norium Fallow has decided to become a plane hunter, which is interesting.
His real name?
And obviously, being a Fallow, we would have had... I'm sure they would have looked the other way if I had given it to himself. Having a Fallow as the plane hunter would be rather good for the city of Ulmandow, honestly.
This whole session, I've just been sitting here like...
Undercover nemesis.
Okay, yeah.
From what we've heard...
what did he do? Was it dangerous? Did he do it alone?
Well, he insisted on doing it alone, so I made sure to give him a few more of the easy jobs. In fact, I believe his most recent one was a roving pack of wolves that were preying on the farms.
Norium, like, by himself, like, killing rats. He's like, yeah. Like stabbing boars in the forest.
That's
an important job. Lead ducks across the street.
That said, while he...
Boy Scout, oh my god.
Basically.
That said, while he did do it alone, I did ensure that one or two of the plane hunters would just be nearby and keep an eye on things.
I guess it's true. It's kind of, even if you're pretty powerful, getting attacked by like 20-some guys can do.
Yes, I believe the most recent ones were... What were they named? Sharptooth, that was it, yes. They were here recently. They were just passing by, but I asked them to accompany Norium, but not interfere unless it looked like he was going to die. Wouldn't want his death to be put on the head of the plane hunters now, would we?
No, putting one of the Fallows in danger would be absolutely a travesty.
The sheer sarcasm.
Oh, dearie me.
Well,
is that treason here, technically?
Probably, yeah.
Well, wasn't being sarcastic. He's just a weirdo.
Oh no, it'd be a shame if the ruling family all died.
It was more. Was more of like an inside joke because it's like Nemesis going around doing it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Stop right there, criminal scum. You said something mean about Mrs. Fowler.
They would. Oh my god. Anyways. All right. Just make sure that keeps up. That he doesn't, get himself killed.
Well, considering that you're all here,
Essie, but...
considering you're all here, I could always just ask you to accompany him.
In the time that we are here, yes, of course we'll assist him.
I will.
Never just volunteering them.
Yeah, of course.
I'll be sure to advise him as such if he ever comes for another job.
Mm-hmm.
Nem's gonna come back and when we're all not here and just sign it so that Norium's the leader of God's Headache.
It's fun because I was actually thinking about that.
God damn it! I know you so well.
She was.
It's fine. He's a pretty nice leader.
He'd be the figurehead.
He's a fucking nerd, but yeah, he's alright.
Fucking
figurehead.
Fucking nerd.
So you haven't heard anything else about, the kidnappings around here? Maybe someone asking for help?
Unfortunately, no. As I said, the inner workings of cities is not something that we deal with often.
Right.
I'm sorry I can't help you further.
It's all right. We just seem to be hitting a lot of roadblocks.
Murder. No, but what about tell you what? Have you guys had anything about any people running into, I don't know, like a criminal gang of dwarves or because we think that the people he might be burning people.
Any more obvious? Why don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're a murderous cult. I'm just saying
he's the only one who's allowed to say shit like that because it's acceptable. Everyone else,
only I can say that word. Thank you.
I mean,
only the dwarf can say dwarf.
I mean, criminal gangs do kidnappings all the time.
I'm more saying that they're a dwarven gang, less so. Hey,
yes, exactly.
I used to be a member of a murderous cult. Have you heard about them? Yeah. I haven't gone that far, you knobends.
I'm afraid not. Criminal gangs have been doing kidnappings all the time. The populace here is rather easy pickings. Very little Lord's Guard coverage. Most of it is beyond the Gilded Circle. So it is fair game.
So basically everything outside the Gilded Circle, it literally is just one massive slum, essentially.
Essentially, yes.
Wealth disparity.
Jesus Christ.
Something will fall.
Right, I'm getting really upset.
Something capitalism. Yeah.
It's not capitalism. This is feudalism. This is
complete feudalism. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few nicer places here and there that has a bit more Lord's Guard coverage, but more often than not, you're looking at a slum. Essentially, you're looking at a slum.
Yeah. Yeah, Gratian, you're correct. This is basically how most medieval cities were.
Yeah, the closest to medieval, yeah.
It was basically everyone dirt poor, but then the king and his friends stupidly rich, yeah.
And protected and everything.
Dirty, poor people.
the poor people.
Gross.
But this is D&D, so most someone.
It's like Nemesis' brain is man, these people shouldn't be living like this, but they're poor.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's horrible people live like this, but my god, do they deserve it. Yeah.
Wow.
She's working, okay.
That's why. That's the why the whole Nemesis hates her mother thing. It's Nemesis, you are your mother. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, we never said that Nemesis likes herself either.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess
Nemesis got a lot of shit to work out.
Yeah.
Yep. Is there anything else then, or?
I think we need to check other places.
Then I wish you luck, God's headache.
Thank you. Remember to tell me about Nori.
I will. I will also let him know that a Plain Hunters group is there to accompany him should he take any more jobs.
Imagine it's just like, hey, your sister wants to come fight things for you.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I'm just like wanting to hear.
They don't know that, but I think that's how it would go in Nori's head.
Oh, completely.
I kind of just want. I just really want the scene where it's like we're walking. I was like, okay, goodbye, Nemesis fellow.
Fucking Christ.
It does not seem that Norium has let slip that, you're a Plain Hunter, so...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but just the way you act is like, you sound like the sister that... Doesn't he have a sister? That's trying to be a paladin?
Fragile masculine. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta prove I'm a man by murdering wolves.
Okay, so we checked out the Lord's Guard, we checked out the inn, we checked out the Plain Hunters. So what? We have the mine and the priest left.
The mine, the priest, and technically whether Nori and and Delsin have scrounged up,
which they haven't really found jack shit.
Well, you never know. That was just a preliminary search stuff.
Yeah.
And the mine's a big deal. We probably want to do it like at least tomorrow.
I feel like we should all go to the mine together, like not separated.
Yeah, completely.
So, I guess we'll go back to the Gilded Circle and to the priest for now, and then we'll go back to the manor.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, as you make your way to the Gilded Circle, Vincent kind of like walks off a bit, takes a rag, and just like sort of dunks it into some water before throwing it to you. We're gonna have to make use of your face now for this, because they ain't gonna let us back in otherwise.
Right. Is this water clean?
Clean enough.
Don't you have a ring? Why don't you just clean it?
Yeah.
I assume she took that off because it looked a bit weird for a commoner to have a big fancy ring on.
Yeah.
Really?
So I'll go ahead and wash my this semi-clean water.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
I think I left my ring on first.
I mean, essentially, it was a case of it was water from a well, and you just like quickly threw a rag into the bucket and then just picked up.
I hate well water. That's me as a person. Like, I hate well water.
Welcome to Ulmandow.
Yeah.
You're lucky it's not from like a stagnant pond.
Fucking yeah. At least it's well water and not stagnant water.
So
and at least it's not like animals' water either.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Shut up.
So you get to the entrance of the Gilded Circle. The guards kind of stop you. Oh, it's no one. Vincent walks up. Right, buddy. Let's just put it simple here. I've got the Lady Nemesis Fallow here, and she kind of wants to go home after a little bit of seeing how the populace is doing. So why don't you shut the fuck up and open the gate? And you just see the guard just like look dumbfounded, then look at you, Nemesis. It's like, I am so sorry. The gate, raise the gate.
Fine.
Raise the gate.
A little less aggressive, Vincent.
Don't worry, I've got this. Lisa says, and don't say anything about this. This is a little secret thing they're working on. Oh, of course, yes. Good man. Just give them a rough pat on the shoulder and they walk through.
Just Nemesis goes, don't worry, it's fine. Your execution will be quick and painless.
Vincent does actually lean back and say, remember, you do it, they can order you dead. I'm not going to say anything, sir.
God. This is just like...
So cruel sounding. This is hilarious.
Horrifying.
Vince, just normally Nemesis abuses the power that is Nemesis as a noble. Now you're seeing other people abusing it to work.
Right, like Nem's like aware now of all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Fucking...
So, as they get let through, Vincent just like runs down and says, sorry about that, Nem. But that's the best way we're keeping things discreet. Well, hopefully we won't have to do it more. You know, actually, she's never told you there's a secret entrance into the manor, did she?
Why would I tell them that?
Because if you don't want this to happen, you can just use that. The guards at the gate aren't gonna give a damn.
Yes, there is a secret. Keyword secret.
Hey, I've told them that it's there.
You all.
Secret.
I've told them, but I haven't shown them. That's down to you. I don't even know what it is, honestly. Gemabite, but I don't.
I'll show them if the time comes to it.
Fair enough.
That you escaped from home with?
No. If I remember, it was John you ran away from, weren't it?
Yep, I was in the city at the time.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been here. Would have been bleeding easier, I'd bet.
Though I think it might have made it easier for them to find me as well.
Well, what happened happened. Anyway, so where to next? Manor? Mine? Father Altris?
I guess we'll go to the father.
Maybe now's a good time to dress into your fancier stuff then. For all of you, I mean.
I just sigh and do like the laziest, shittest looking braid in my beard.
Then I suppose we need to go back to the manor first.
Yeah. And
right.
I gotta get back to work anyway.
Thank you for your assistance, Vincent.
It's what I do.
Never mind.
Okay, man.
Never mind. All right.
Let's
back
head
to the manor.
All right. So, as you head back to the manor with the information now in hand, that's where we're going to call it for that session because we've just ran a little bit over by about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Interesting situation you found yourselves in.
I know, right?
Christ.
Also, next team project, kill Nemesis's mom. Let's do this.
That's been my goal since the start of.
Like the worst part is like we can't see. This is something that I was thinking of the way Tick was describing like the political situation. It's like if Nemesis's mom gets into like full power of like ruling over all of Jirhan, and then she dies, then like Nemesis the next one, right? Like Nemesis next in line.
Nemesis was the princess. Would be there.
And then we have Queen Nemesis.
Fucking, I was just thinking about all of this, and like, I mean, Nem's goal from the beginning has been like to fuck shit up in the government, but like, or at least my intention for her. But I was just like thinking about it, like, God, I need to fix Ulmandow. I need to kill the regent. I need to take over. I need to do all these things.
So the goal here is for Nem to basically be the Ron Swanson.
Fucking.
So
I mean.
So before we raid Ulmandow, we need to put your brother in power.
So
yes, we need to put Nori in power.
The problem is with the whole part of if the matriarch becomes queen, is as mentioned, it's not a case of like the next heir becomes queen.
Yeah.
Like she would need to be in power and then go to the point of like pulling a Hitler and like be like, oh
exactly,
no, like it's the power is no longer gonna fall to the previous royal family. It's like now it's all mine.
Yeah, I know,
but that would be really hard. Like they mentioned, there's other families that are military powers that would probably not be okay with that.
Unfortunately, Nemesis can at least say that the gods are on her side because she is as she is.
She's
would never want to say that. She like is so disgusted by it.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for a point where Nemesis embraces her angelic nature in some way, and we learn some things about that because there's like that's a big mystery that we don't even like. There's.
I mean, you guys got some insight on it where Nem and Nori are
born out of wedlock.
Technically,
yeah, right. Yeah. Like that's another thing. Nemesis's mom is also a whore.
Gee.
I mean, technically that does. I mean, if we're going by like old medievally like inheritance stuff, that technically means that Nem and Nori don't get their mum stuff when they die.
However, because of Nemesis being an Aasimar, that's kind of overruled that, whereas Norium's kind of been left by the wayside. But also, as well, there's a factor of, like...
For Nori.
Yeah.
They're not actually, like, legitimate children.
Yeah,
but no one else knows that.
Yep. It's a fallow secret.
With Nemesis, it's pretty easy to infer that if she's like an angel woman. It's like Nemesis' mother and father aren't that, and it's like, where'd you get that, Nemesis? Where'd that come from?
It's a divine blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what her mom throws out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the moment that Nemesis gets so pissed at her mother that, like, during a meeting or something, she literally screams out that I'm not your daughter.
Oh.
That I'm
You're
a
not my
bastard.
mom.
I mean, but one of the things I was mentioning there, it's like, oh yeah, if Nemesis' mother becomes queen and then kill him, it's like, oh, doesn't that mean that Nemesis becomes queen? It's like, no. Then all the families come together and decide who's.
Yeah, then everybody just starts fighting.
Yeah, that's just chaos. That's instant chaos.
Which that's kind of how it's been so far, but apparently her mom has like a majority right now. It's just
she's got military. Yeah, she's got power.
There's a reason that Nem is Osif Kong.
What is so I'm not sure if this has been like revealed at any point or if like what's up with Nemesis' father then?
What's up?
Is he not around or is he?
Okay, well, are you talking about?
I don't know if this is a secret, and I don't know if I want to
marital father or like her actual.
No,
father?
not her actual father. The like Nemesis' mom's. Husband.
He's in Durhan with the matriarch, but the most that you've kind of gotten is that he's kind of a doormat.
Yeah. Okay. He's just not necessarily like the head of the family in the typical patriarchal way.
Yeah.
Nemesis' mother is in control and in power. All right.
Well, also because it's obvious that Nem's mom is the Thalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's like okay. Yeah.
Married the family. Yeah.
Okay. It's not okay. That makes sense.
This is probably a really annoying question, but so was what's her face? The matriarch, was she born into the Thalos, or did she marry into it?
No, that's what Nem just said.
No, she's born into it.
Yeah.
Okay. She is
the husband is the one who married into it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Out of wedlock.
For shame.
So yeah.
It would have been so weird if, like, at that moment, everyone decided, "Oh my God, out of wedlock, we all hate you now, Nemesis." Like that was the one thing.
Oh.
It was like, "Oh God,
you're
get
a
away
bastard."
from me. Yeah.
What?
Y'all do that to me then, because I was born out of wedlock.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of little reveals going on here and there.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Time to start undermining
it's just so much. Oh my God.
Not to mention probably one of the greatest pranks that was done.
Fucking
Two of the greatest pranks.
Amazing.
Two double prank.
Is this all? I'm guessing because Nori just keeps himself to himself and reading books like a fucking nerdlinger. Basically, all the staff are really bored, so they just become master pranksters.
I think that's kind of what happens, like when like the matriarch and everything is away. Like they just have nothing to do, so they like fuck with each other.
While the cat's away, the mice will play.
It's more Vincent and Gemma.
Yeah.